Perfect Game has rolled into Knoxville, Tennessee, and this week, the best 13-year-olds in the country will showcase their talents in the Perfect Game 13U Select Festival. It's next on CBS Sports Network.
What's on top, baby? Let's go!
This is the 13U Select Fest.
Hello, beautiful Knoxville, Tennessee. We're celebrating the future of the game with Perfect Game's 13U Select Festival. The global leader in scouting and events as it pertains to diamonds is Perfect Game, and they have built this East versus West gathering. We'll get together here in Knoxville, the home of the Volunteers inside Lindsey Nelson Stadium. Hi there, folks, and welcome back to the ballpark. Charles Johnson, world champion, MLB All-Star 4 times. My name is Darren Sutton. Thanks for spending time with all of us. You've been with these athletes all week long. You probably remember being this age, chasing your dreams. As you see the skill level, as you watch them play this game, this 13U age group, what are some of your thoughts for the viewers?
I tell you, first of all, I'm excited to be here in Knoxville, Tennessee, and to watch some of these young men compete. What's so amazing to me about it is that I can remember being 13 and a little afraid of the field because you go from a smaller field to a bigger field, but these guys making this Major League field looks very small.
Yeah, we're going to introduce you. Charles is going to explain their gifts. Danny Wexelman we'll hear from here in just a moment. She's down on the field. These athletes are talented. Again, Perfect Game celebrating the future of the game. 14 states represented, Venezuela as well. These are 26 and 27 grads, freshmen in high school, 8th graders in middle school. Bottom line, they can play. Danny joins us next.
Perfect Game Select Festival on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Perfect Game, the largest and most respected independent scouting service in baseball. By Oakley, be who you are. By G-Form, the most comfortable protective guards in all of baseball. Because the best never settle for less. G-Form, go next level. And by Rawlings, the #1 glove of pro players. Rawlings, the official baseball glove of Major League Baseball.
Welcome back to Lindsey Nelson. I'm Danny Wexelman. I introduce you to the man on the mound starting for Team West. That's Logan Schmidt. Describes himself as a dude, and he was at the 12U Select Fest, so I asked him, what's changed in the last year? He said, well, my speed, my agility, oh, and by the way, I've gotten stronger. I've added 9 miles per hour on my velocity. So let's meet the team who's got to face him in the East.
Hi, my name is Chase Fuller. I'm from Tallahassee, Florida. I play short, third, and right-handed pitcher.
Hello, my name is Landon Green. I'm from Clearwater, Florida. I play pitcher and outfield.
Hi, my name is Ricky Lopez. I'm from the Bronx, and I play shortstop.
Hi, my name is Patrick Hassan. My hometown is Statham, Georgia, and I'm a right-handed pitcher and a shortstop.
Hi, my name is William Cuttrell, and I'm from Covington, Georgia. I play left field, second base, and catcher.
Hi, my name is Malachi Washington. I'm out of Stone Mountain, Georgia. I play center field, shortstop, and I pitch.
Hi, my name is Gaydon Dawson. I'm from Marietta, Georgia. I play center field, and I pitch.
Hi, my name is Cole Crawford. I'm from Cartersville, Georgia. I pitch, catch, and play third.
Hi, my name is Tyler Durkin. I'm a corner infielder and pitcher, and I'm from Poughkeepsie, New York.
Hi, my name is Brennan Pyle. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. I play third, short, and I pitch.
Hi, my name is Will Brigg. I'm from Memphis, Tennessee. I play catcher and first base.
Hi, my name is Brian Revello. I'm out of Miramar, Florida. I play center field and I pitch.
Hi, my name is Chubb Jones Jr. I'm from Douglasville, Georgia. I play middle infield, outfield, and pitcher.
Hi, my name is Andrew Bennett. I'm from Mobile, Alabama, and I pitch.
Hi, my name is John Stowers. I'm from Mobile, Alabama, and I'm a catcher.
Yeah, my name is Jordan Griffin. From Lake Charles, Louisiana. I play center field and second base.
Hi, my name is Jeb Craven. I'm from Jessup, Georgia, and I pitch and I play outfield.
So out on the mound and getting ready to roll. A lot of gifts in the left arm of Logan Schmidt, not too far from the Big A where the Angels play. We will bat 18. So everyone will bat from Washington to Lopez to Crawford. Fuller, Pyle, Dawson, Brick is a catcher. What a great name for a catcher. Revello, Cutshaw, Stowers, Griffin, Jones, and Green. This sets up those that are in the field initially. Hassan, Bennett, Craven, and Durkin. We went quickly. We promise you. We'll introduce you, Charles and I and Danny, to all of these great athletes. But first up, out of Villa Park, California, plays for BPA on the mound is a gifted Logan Schmidt, who duels with Malachi Washington, who's out of Stone Mountain, Georgia. Plays his travel ball for the famed East Cobb Astros, an outstanding program coached by Wes Etheridge. Let's do this thing. We're glad you found us. Certainly. Thanks for hanging out with us at the 13U Select Festival. We get going. We'll give you at the end of each inning the high velocity reading for these pitchers and let you know the numbers that they touch. I'm guessing as we watch Malachi Washington hit, and he puts it on the ground. Trickles right on out to short. Fielding and firing on in time for the out is Nomar Torres, the shortstop. Santiago Middle School is where he will go in the fall as he gets going. Was a 12U Select Festival athlete, Logan Schmidt. Jessica and Tyler are his parents, and a confident arm for this left man.
I tell you, you look at him and he's long. I can tell you right now the ball gets up on these hitters very quickly.
Yeah, the advanced metrics call that extension, right?
Yes,
you get it out front. You may stand 6'1", but it looks like you're 6'6", getting it to the plate. This is Suave, Ricky Lopez, out of the Bronx in New York. Rawlings Gold Glove winner at the event last night. Does a lot of training down in the Dominican Republic with his dad, Enrique. His mom is Mariella, and Ricky is big brother to 6-year-old little sis, Emily. Good, lively fastball. That one buried in right under his hands.
I tell you, I'm a big fan of Gold Glove, so I love this kid already.
You got 4 of them, my
yes,
friend.
You
You got 4 of them. You did it at that grinding position behind the plate. Ricky shoots that one into the screen. Just to tip you on the numbers we're seeing so far, 84, 85 miles an hour. Again, you're looking at 84, 85, Charles, at 13 years old.
That is unbelievable. And just like we talked about earlier, is that he's 84, 85, but it's probably looking like 87, 88 to some of these hitters.
Off-speed pitch sailed high, never got there. As it pertains to Lopez, his dream school, if he's going to list one, is Miami. He'd love to go play for Miami.
I love this kid already. He wants to go to the University of Miami.
He's hanging around, fighting off a lot of good pitches. He talks. It's very cool listening to Ricky Lopez talks, because he talks about his parents. He understands the sacrifices to travel to events, to be a part of it, of things like this. And he says, I'd love to, and I quote, retire my mom and dad someday. I would love to retire my parents. I love that that's a goal of his.
That's big words. I mean, that's a great appreciation for his parents. You can tell they do a lot of great things for him.
A lot of talent, by the way. The gray is the west, the orange is the east. Chases an elevated fastball up and out of the zone, and down goes Ricky Lopez.
That was really great at bat there. He really fouled off some really good pitches and
changed the line of sight for him, though. And then in the end, it was too much. This is Cole Crawford. Crawford winning the G-Form Award, Gritness Award last night from Cartersville, Georgia. He's at Cartersville Middle School. He's also part of the East Cobb program that Wes Etheridge coaches. He was part of the Perfect Game 12U Select Festival. The son of Angela and Ryan, Cole Crawford. Very talented catcher. Primary position for him. So this is one of you down there.
you know, I give all the catchers all the credit. I love them. You meet some good catching. And I've been watching these young kids, and all these kids have very good arms.
2-0 the count. Swings, and he misses at that elevated fastball. Again, living 84, 85 miles an hour.
And it's tough when you're in a setting like this. You have no idea about some of these guys. You haven't faced them yet, and so it's a big adjustment for the hitters, and usually is advantage for the pitcher.
Pretty good pitch down and away. When we talk about the work of the man on the mound, his mom Jessica actually played softball at UCLA, so that Gene certainly proud to hand that one down. This pitcher also a 4.0 student in the classroom, and so taking care of his business. I know for Jared Sandler and BPA, grades matter. So if you're playing travel ball for BPA, that 4.0 is almost an expectation. Dealing with Cole Crawford. Logan Schmidt, who's a huge Bryce Harper fan, files a fastball inside corner, got him looking. Living 84 to 86 miles an hour. His inning was a strong one. What a bright future for this starting pitcher. The gifted arm out of Southern California.
We're scoreless as we head to the bottom of the first here at Lindsey Nelson, the 13U Select Festival. On the mound for the East, this is Landon Green. I talked to him yesterday. He said, I'm a confident and calm young man when I'm on the mound. But what I want people to know is I've got the velocity. I'm very proud of that. He told me he cannot wait to face Lash Henderson. In fact, we're going to see that matchup coming up here in just a moment. But let's meet the rest of this West lineup.
Will McIntyre. I'm from Boyd, Texas, and I play third, second, and pitch.
I'm Max Lassard. I'm from Muskego, Wisconsin, and I catch.
Hi, my name is Broder Kaki. I'm from Bloomfield Hills, Michigan, and I'm a catcher.
Hi, my name is Joshua Priest. My hometown is San Diego, California, and I play center field.
What's up? My name is Luke Armillo. I am from Whittier, California, and I am a pitcher and a first baseman.
Hi, my name is Lash Henderson. I'm from Frisco, Texas. I play center field, and I'm a right-handed pitcher.
Hi, my name is Grant Sperandia. I'm from Houston, Texas, and I'm a right-hand pitcher.
Hi, my name is Tatum Reeves. I'm from Clover Valley, California, and I'm a catcher and second baseman.
Hi, my name is Carter Hadnot. I'm from Rialto, California. I play shortstop, second base, center field.
What's up? My name is Omar Torres. I'm from Guaynabo, Puerto Rico, representing, you already know. I play shortstop and catcher.
Hi, my name is Ethan Armbruster from Austin, Texas. I pitch, catch, and play shortstop.
Hi, my name is Logan Schmidt. I'm from Villa Park, California. I'm a pitcher, first baseman, and outfielder.
Hi, my name is Noah Everly. I'm from Pasadena, California. I play short, third, and pitching.
Hi, my name is Trey Giametta. I'm from Richmond, Texas. I play first base and outfield.
Hi, my name is Anho Okada. I'm from Waihoa, Hawaii. I play outfield and I pitch.
Hi, my name is Bear Calvo. I'm from Fullerton, California, and I play shortstop and catcher.
Hi, my name is Jaworski Lane. I'm from Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas. Shortstop, catcher, and outfield.
Hi, my name is Francisco Renteria. I'm from Maracaibo, Venezuela, and I play center field.
And the lineup that will be dealt with out there on the mound by Landon Green is Lane, Renteria, Henderson. Theirs are their defensive positions with Priest, Reeves, Torres behind. The Westerners, Everly, Kadke, followed by Hadnot, Ho'okala from Hawaii, McIntyre, Lessard, Schmidt, Armbruster, Sperandio, and Giametta Armijo against Green. And it's Sperandio, by the way, getting to know these young men. Landon Green, as Danny said, velocity man. He has touched 90 from the infield, outfield, and from the mound as well. Lamont and Michelle are his parents. And he calls his stepdad his bonus dad, Jason. And so there are three people that love him and help him grow. His older brother, Lamont Jr., and his older brother, Justin, I'm sure cheering hard for this talented right-hander as he rocks and fires a fastball that misses just outside to Jaworski Lane out of Fort Worth, Texas. Dad Jaworski Sr., mom is Chan, and Dad had a strong career as a football player, playing for the Dolphins and for the Buccaneers. I think one of my great joys of these last couple of days is getting to know Jaworski's Gammy, as he called her, his grandmother who made the trip here. Right back to the screen, challenged him there with the fastball.
Yes, good cut.
Two talented athletes.
I like this kid here. He's really confident as a hitter.
Slightly open stance. Takes a fastball, pretty good pitch, just in and off the plate. Ant Pollard is behind the plate calling balls and strikes. Perfect game umpires do a fabulous job developing so many men in blue, men and women in blue that head into the professional ranks. As that one skips in there and a leadoff walk to Lane.
Number 14, Francisco Renteria.
Meet Francisco Renteria from Venezuela. When you ask Francisco what his dreams are, he says, baseball for my job at some point someday, but if I'm meant to, and one of the reasons he's here is to show out for the college coaches, he said, I'd love to go to Vanderbilt. I'd love to play at Vanderbilt someday. From Maracaibo, one of his travel teams, base 11.
Well, I tell you, he's picking a great school in Vanderbilt. Great baseball program.
Melquise is his father. Marilena is his mother. And he's an only child. On the move, throw down, skips in there. Stolen base by Lane. Cole Crawford working behind the plate, did all he could. Pretty good jump.
Yeah, that was a great jump. You know, Crawford made a great throw, really, but Lane had a great jump.
Trying to find the strike zone right now. I can't imagine the nerves for anyone, whether it's Landon Green or a hitter or a base runner. Runner headed to third, but that one's fouled straight back.
You kind of knew Lane was going to go. He has that kind of personality. He's one of those guys on the bases that you got to be aware of him at all times.
Jaworski's in scoring position for Renteria. Inspired by Miguel Cabrera. He said, and I quote when he shared with us, Miguel inspires me. He's a player who makes 100% with his efforts. He said, I love the way he enjoys the game and taking my country's name to the top. As that one skips in there, 3-1 the count.
Well, he's picking a great guy to be like, man. He's a true professional.
It's been interesting talking with these athletes as we see Cole Crawford working back there, who they care about, who they watch, who they follow.
And as a big league ball player, you never realize the impact you have on young kids, that they watch you day in and day out on television and watch you as your character and also your playing ability.
That one fired into center field. That will move the runner up. Lane heads to third. Tried to sneak in there. Ricky Lopez did short. In the middle of the infield is William Cutshall as well. They showed him the glove, Charles.
Yes, a little wide throw. But when you look at it, that's what speed does in a baseball game. It gets everybody concerned about the guys on base. And right about now, we just need him to focus on really getting out right now.
Well, it's an all-star game, right, folks? I mean, for this young man, and you don't want to dismiss the fact that there's a runner at third, but he may as well act like there is no runner at third. Very deliberate with the delivery to the plate. We're seeing numbers up to 88 miles an hour from this right-hander, 87, 88 miles an hour. He's at a range that's hung right around that spot. Good, firm fastball from Green.
Yes, when you're throwing that hard at this age, I mean, you have to really focus on attacking the zone. You have to make these guys swing the bat.
Spins him out of there with the fastball, and he loses him with ball 4.
Number 16, Lash Henderson.
Danny talked about Lash Henderson. The fact that these two gentlemen get to face one another, and so away we go. And the talented and tall Lash Henderson, young man out of Frisco, Texas, is excited for his opportunity. He's a daughter of Tracy and Michael. And his younger brother, Agent, is here. Celebrated his birthday the other day in front of all of us, his younger brother.
This big man here, he's built like Elijah Green a little bit. He has that long, lanky, and he looks strong.
And he hits it toward the hole, diving play, up with it, long throw.
Oh,
Got him!
great play.
Ricky Lopez, the Gold Glover, with an amazing play at short. Oh my goodness, a run scores.
What a play. He looks like a young Omar Vizquel right there, I tell you. I mean, he went in the hole and made a strong throw across the diamond.
Wow. It's one thing to hear about it, and it's another thing to see it in the game.
Yes, it is.
In the game. Folks, that's the 13-year-old baseball player that just made that play. Meet Joshua Priest out of San Diego, California, as that one's way inside, and it got him. So Joshua, who plays for the San Diego Saints, his travel team, goes to school at La Jolla Country Day. We'll get to see him hit again. Lash picked up an RBI. That's a great approach by Lash Henderson, by the way.
Yes, it was a great approach.
Gary Sheffield, Ryan Klesko are the two head coaches of these teams. Gentlemen that you played against. Chef coming out just to calm his young man down.
Yeah, he needs to calm him down a little bit. He has tremendous stuff. He just needs to really attack the zone and let these guys swing the bats. But one guy can do it at Sheffield. I mean, he's a great dude. He's been a great teammate of mine for a long time. Get a chance to win a World Series with Sheffield, and just a tremendous guy.
There's Ryan Klesko, a key part of the team of the 90s, the Atlanta Braves. Both these gentlemen passionate about this age group, whether it was speaking last night. I have Charles up here developing a collegiate league, the work you're doing at the amateur baseball level.
Thank you.
Got the inside corner. That's a strike. Priest gives way to Tatum Reeves, who's out of Menifee, California, Paloma Valley High School. He's starting his freshman year. Brandon and Nicole are his parents. And Tatum has to hopscotch out of the way. He calls himself a Swiss Army knife as a player. He said, I truly am a utility player. Knowledge of every position, get the opportunity to play all of them. Power is in his swing when he describes himself, and he can hop up on the mound and help too.
Swiss Army knife, huh? He's gonna be cutting everything up, huh?
So that's the thing too, Charles. I do think at this age you see very few pitcher onlys. A lot of pitchers still hit. They may go play first, center field, somewhere like that, right?
Yes, I mean I think it's a good thing at his age to be playing a lot of different positions. I really didn't settle down until one position. Probably when I got to the 9th grade, I decided to be a catcher only. But all these guys are probably the best players on their team, so they play multiple positions.
Got one out with a fine defensive play. Boogie, as his mates call him, takes inside and off the plate. This young man's a big Braves fan and a big Angels fan. Those are his two favorite teams. And you can tell he's a Southern California rivals kind of guy. I'm going to tell you what he would do if he was commissioner for a day in a second. 3-1 the count. So I asked all of them, Charles, and I'll sprinkle those answers in. What would you do if you're commissioner for the day? Remember, Angels fan. He said, I wouldn't have the shift anymore, which is fine. A lot of these young players say that. And he said, I'd also want stricter salary cap rules so the Dodgers stop getting all the best players. Angels fan said that. I like it.
I don't think the union would like that too much, pretty much.
Good stuff. 3-2, popped up. We'll do it again.
He's having a great at bat.
Reeves has been very active with USA Baseball. Those invites are so coveted, 10 and 11U futures. Key player, perfect game World Series. Full count. Landon Green comes home with it. Back to the screen it goes. With one out, the runners are on the move.
Yes. And hopefully this year can get, get Green back in rhythm. It seemed like he had 3 really good pitchers. They were fouled back, but I love to see him around the zone like that.
3.5 GPA, Green in the classroom as his mates look on. Landon loves baseball for another reason, the personal side. He said, I'm incredibly shy. Just in a group, that's not for me. I'm introverted, he said, but playing baseball has given me confidence to come out of my shell a little bit. Become proud of who I am as a man. Good fastball, just missed inside. Boy, it's lively.
Yeah, it's very lively. You can hear it all the way up here.
Number 12, no more Torres.
So the bases are full, and you could see the heaviness of it too.
And I know it's tough on the catcher because you have a guy that has a really good arm, but you really want to see him pound that zone and make the guy swing the bat. So hopefully that'll happen on this at bat here.
Nomar Torres holds that bat high and goes right to work, pops it up right side. They gave it a look at Brennan Pyle, but there is no play over there. Nomar's out of Hurst, Texas. His dad is Norman Yoko Torres, and his mom is Itzamar. And younger brother is Alejandro, who is 8 years old. Dad, a long-time successful coach of very excellent team in Puerto Rico for more than 4 years. That very successful in the world of horses, too, in Puerto Rico.
Wow.
Beautiful pitch to Nomar Torres. In on the hands, fly ball center. Squaring it up out there is Malachi Washington. That will play to run. Maybe a play at third.
Great throw, great throw.
The tag, as Charles said, it was a good one. And the great tag by Chase Fuller as he dives back in and pops it down. So wait, we had the play by Ricky Lopez. We have the throw in center field by Malachi Washington. They're 13. Two to nothing the score at Perfect Games 13 U Select Festival. Danny, Charles, and Darren and our production team back with you. Incredible job as we talked about the play at short and center. Two amazing plays. We had a diving play by Lopez, then this play in center field. Great grab, even bigger arm, and I love the tag, Charles. I love the dive back tag by Chase Fuller. At this young age, pulling it all together. That is, of course, an incredible play. Our Rawlings Gold Glove Defensive Play of the Game. Rawlings is the #1 glove of pro players. Rawlings, the official baseball glove of Major League Baseball. Meet Zane Ho'okala out of Hawaii. ZT Elite, his travel team. Kailua High School, where he's entering his freshman year. His dream school, should you allow him to dream as he enters the recruiting years. The Texas Longhorns. And he last night was named the two-way player of the year.
The two-way player of the year. I tell you what, man, I had a chance to introduce him a little bit. And what was really funny is that when I gave him an award, I told him at the end, I say, the scariest part about me being on stage is trying to get your last name right. He couldn't do nothing but laugh after that.
Brandon Ho'okala is dad. Marla is mom. And there are some siblings that love him at home. Older, Haley and Kiau. Mason, younger. Kane, younger sibling, 10 and 8. Dad played some college baseball at Laney College, some junior college baseball. But he was a hero last year at the 12U Select Festival. 81 to 84 in the fastball. Good-looking curveball, good-looking changeup as well. Ho'okala will deal with Chase Fuller first. Brendan Pyle next, and catcher Gaydon Dawson after that.
I know these young men have to be a little nervous, have to have a little jitters, you know, being on a national stage like this, but at the same time get a chance to really show their skills.
Fuller ready to lead things off. He's from Tallahassee, Florida.
Now batting, number 26,
National
Chase
showcases
Fuller.
he's been to them, the 13U National Showcase, a huge part of the Select Festival last year. Charisse and Corey are his parents as he takes a strike over the outside corner. Dad played football at Florida State, won a national championship there. His dad went on to play for the Vikings and the Browns and the Ravens, and for 10 years in the NFL. As that breaking ball misses up and away. And his mom, very athletic family, basketball, volleyball, and then played volleyball in college. Mom, Charisse, at Cal State Fullerton.
Wow, it is a very athletic family.
Yeah, you bet.
Man.
There's more. If the at-bat goes on, there's more.
The trophy case of the house is just huge.
Ocala pounding the strike zone. That one never got there. I'll just quickly share that his sister Jade played volleyball at UConn. Sister Jewel played volleyball at Boston College. And brother Jordan plays basketball at Mercer, college basketball.
Wow.
Now plays overseas in Spain professionally. Tied him up nicely, and a couple of steps to the bag in time for the out by Bear Calvo. Interesting man on the mound with more. Let's bring Danny back.
Yeah, you mentioned that he's from Hawaii, so I asked him, how far did it take you to get here? How long? He said 9 hours. We flew to Vegas, to Nashville, and then we drove here to Knoxville. And we saw him last year. You mentioned that, so I said, what's improved? How have you changed? He said, I've been in the weight room. I've been getting stronger. All these guys say it. They've been in the weight room, but Zane shared with me that his pitches has also improved, right? He's throwing 85 to 86. He's got a fastball, curveball, changeup. The slider, that's the last pitch he's learned, Darren.
Good stuff, Danny. Love having you down there with those stories. He's dealing with Brennan Pyle now, and I know Danny's fond of that as a Missouri native because Brennan's out of St. Peters, Missouri. He's a 2026 grad who dreams of Duke someday as he walks off that foul ball. Pyle, the son of Jennifer and Jerry, had a chance to be at 12U Select Festival. Called it one of the most fun experiences he's ever been a part of.
Yeah, he looks like he fouled off, I think, a slider probably on his foot.
You've done that before, haven't you?
I've done that many a time.
Many of you have been watching that documentary about that great shortstop for the Yankees. That's Pyle's favorite player. So, Mr. Jeter, though you're gone from the game as a player, there's a 13-year-old that thinks the world of you, still talks, and I quote, with all of his successes through his career, he remained humble, hardworking, and generous. Those are the words of this man in the batter's box and what he thinks about Derek Jeter.
I tell you, he's not a bad guy to admire. I tell you what, I had a chance to really play with, be in the same draft as Jeter back in '92. And we played together in the Arizona Fall League and played against him for a lot of years in New York. So just an unbelievable talent.
Pyle slightly closed. Stance puts that one on the ground toward the hole. Ranging over to the left, setting, firing on across the diamond. Nice play out there by Noah Everly. Played first
Gaydon Dawson.
and also third. We'll see Noah play second as well later in this game. We'll also see Noah pitch. It's a nice play here, Charles.
Very nice play. I mean, went in the hole, and what I like about him is that he set his feet to give himself a chance to make a great throw.
Gaydon Dawson's from Marietta, Georgia. He's been catching already in this game, the son of Joe and Kat. Holds his bat away from that body. He was the 12U Player of the Year last year. And this is a Principal's Honor Roll student, so an outstanding student in the classroom. Math, loves math. He said, I was in an advanced math class this year. Everyone else felt smarter than me, and the class moved fast. I love the words, how he described it. But I grinded, and I got her done. Pitch in on the hands. He dumps it in fair territory.
Wow.
And in the world of baseball, Charles knows sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
Wow. When I tell you, that was amazing. I mean, it was almost like he just couldn't have placed that ball any better. Don't even know how he hit it, to tell you the truth.
You ready? Older man baseball note coming in 3, 2, 1. That's why you run hard every time.
Yes, yes.
Right?
For a second, it seemed like he was running back toward the dugout. He didn't know whether.
He wasn't happy. Yeah, that's the first hit of the game. You know, in this world of advanced metrics, I'd love to see StatCast roll out all the digits on that one. Exit velocity, distance.
I'll take that hit all day.
I know you will. I know.
All day, every day.
This is Will Brick, number 99, who fouls it back to the screen. Will, within his home state. He's from Memphis, Tennessee. Steve and Aaron are his parents. Younger brother is Nate. Mom was an excellent gymnast in the Big Ten at Penn State University. Oh, change up and a good one. They got him hung out to dry, and he did a swim move around the tag. Bear Calvo tried to pop that tag down. Look at how creative Gaydon was.
Great throw. I mean, as a catcher, you knew right away, I got him. Yes, that was just such a great snap throw. I mean, just great rotation, great throw. He just did a great slide back.
Yeah, less is more for you catchers in that situation, right? As far as movement, less is more.
Less is more. I mean, you're trying to get rid of the ball as fast as possible, and he really demonstrated that.
That one misses outside, just off the plate. Brick earns the walk. Brick, by the way, dreams of possibly playing at Indiana someday. That's his dream school. The huge fan of Tim Tebow as an athlete. And Ho'okala, you know what's fun about watching Zane pitch is he's versatile. I mean, he's got command of a breaking ball, a unique changeup. And he got 2 quick outs, but then that swinging bunt beat him.
Like, what's the chances? I mean, he looks very athletic out there, and like you say, he seems to have command on a lot of different pitches. And just unfortunately, that play at first base, he could have had a big out there.
Brian Revello takes a pitch high, 1-0 the count. Brian's from Miramar, Florida, plays for the Padres scout team. He's at Doral Academy Charter School, heading into his 8th grade year. Yaima and Carlos are his parents, mom and dad. Pretty pitch, strike over the outside corner. He is a big Ronald Acuna fan and a big Atlanta Braves fan. Those are his guys.
I need to keep an eye on this young kid. He lives 20 minutes from me down there in Florida, so I'm pretty sure now I'm going to start watching him a little bit more.
Revello takes a breaking ball that never got there. Well, you may run into him on Tuesdays and Thursdays. That's when he does strength and conditioning. You may see him on Saturday. That's when he goes and runs at your nearby track. Or Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, he works on hitting in the mornings. So any of your workouts, you may run into him in your neighborhood.
It seems like it. He's pretty busy trying to stay in shape out there.
He's dealing with the Hawaiian. You've got 2 gentlemen, one in South Florida, one in Hawaii, dueling here. That's what makes this great. Runners on the move. Breaking ball stayed up and away. And both runners swipe the bags. While Revello hits, you've got to be thinking, not too concerned about the runners. Ho'okala's looking to get his team back in the dugout. West team in those gray uniforms, East and orange. That's how you get him back in the dugout. Blew a fastball right by him. Pretty pitch that time, living about 83, 84 miles an hour. And so we introduce you to another talented, tall young man. Lean at 6'4", 165. Out of Poughkeepsie, New York, meet Tyler Durkin. He also will play in the corners. USA Prime 13U, his travel team. His dream school, the Florida Gators. And his older brother thinks a lot of him, has impacted him a great deal, Connor. Really good student, 3.9 GPA, National Junior Honor Society in the classroom. Charles, I'll give you the scouting report he gave us on himself. I'm a tall, lanky pitcher, whippy arm, 3/4 arm slot. I produce arm side run, then a slider that complements from that arm slot, a fading change that can get swing and misses, also an 11-5 curveball, and then I hit as well with the bat. That's his
So pretty much
report.
he can do it all. I mean, he can do it all. What we do know is that what he told us that he's very deceptive, and that's what he just told us.
Landon Green will swing the bat here in a bit. We saw him work on the mound, that power arm. Carson Calvo, Bear Calvo, out of Fullerton, California, leads it off. Plays for MVP Hustle and also for the East Cobb Astros. Elise and Ken are his family. PG's 13U World Series MVP. Look at that strong jawline, that blonde hair, though the hair is long. Kind of reminds you of his favorite player, if you're going to look at that physique. His favorite player, look, he lives in Fullerton. He can throw a baseball and hit the big A. It's Mike Trout.
Mike Trout.
Here's a look at the long, lean deliveries you talked about, the deceptiveness.
Yes, he's long, and like you say, he has somewhat of a he slings the ball a little bit so that you know that ball is going to get up on you very quickly. And that's what makes these games so difficult, because you only see these pitchers one time, and they can be very tough.
All right, now I see what he's talking about with the dive there. Now I see it.
Yes, yes. And it's even tough on the catchers. I mean, sometimes it reminds me of an all-star game as a catcher. You haven't caught any of these pitchers, and all of a sudden you see the action on the ball, and you look at it there. I mean, that was a great run on that pitch there.
In the classroom, Bear craves physics and science, two areas of study that tweak that mind as the breaking ball dips down and away. Calvo also honors with every moment on the baseball field his grandfather. He calls him his biggest mentor and his family patriarch, who he recently lost from a heart attack on a Sunday before church. And he said, Grandpa's looking down on me, and I do everything for him. Well, he's looking down on that base hit there. Pretty approach.
That's a great approach. I was watching this young man, and he has a really soft approach at the plate, and he really turned on that ball very well, got his hands in and turned on it very well.
Noah Everly, raised in the Bay Area of California, but now lives in Southern California, not too far from Dodger Stadium in Pasadena. ZT Elite Prospects Garcia, his travel team. That pitch is high. 1-0 the count. He's at Maranatha High School, where he's starting his freshman year.
I'm pretty sure he spent some days going to Dodger Stadium. I mean, who wouldn't be in that close?
Fly ball toward the alley in right center field, tracking the baseball, running it down out there is Gaydon Dawson.
Batting number 10, Broder Kaki.
Broder Kaki is from Bloomfield Hills, Michigan. Young man, Halston. One of the young men that they met, Halston and Noah, who they honor. Eastern Tennessee Children's Hospital here in town, the Perfect Game Cares, and all the work that the great foundation has done. These young men have understood what it's like to battle pediatric cancer. Fastball called strike over the outside corner. Actually knocked the helmet off of Calvo as he slid in. Throw down there by Cole Crawford.
Yeah, I hope he's okay. When you look at that play there, Crawford just didn't get on top of the ball the way he wanted to. He left his wrist down a little bit and the ball faded away from him, but he definitely displays a great arm. He just needed to stay on top of the ball a little longer.
Kaki plays for one of my favorite named travel teams, and a good travel team overall, the Motor City Hit Dogs out of Greater Detroit.
That's a great name.
Right, how could you not want to play for the Motor City Hit Dogs?
If you're a pitcher, you're pretty much afraid to come into town.
That guy was a hit dog no matter the jersey he wore.
Yes, he was.
509 home runs in the career of Gary Sheffield.
Yes, he's one of those guys you pay to come see him hit. I mean, you know he's going to do something incredible day in and day out.
Kaki dreams of Stanford someday. That's his dream school as he spins out of the way. Adrian and Joshua, his parents. Dad played college soccer in St. Louis at Washington University, where he was captain for a couple of years there. Swing and a miss at a 3-1 fastball. And mom, athlete, you bet, black belt. So great athletic family.
Yeah, I think you need to clean the room up, right? I mean,
I'm not arguing.
You need to have that room cleaned up.
I'm not arguing. Kaki, a huge fan of the Cardinals, and Yadi Molina as that one misses just off the plate. Bring in Danny Wexelman. We spoke of PG Cares. I know Danny has more.
Yeah, I thought I'd mention the numbers that were raised. These guys fundraising. They only had 3 weeks. The East team, they raised $19,546. The West, $34,622 for a total of $54,168 to East Tennessee Children's Hospital. So impressive, you guys. I just wanted to make sure we got those numbers out there.
Thank you, Dee. Good stuff for the fight against pediatric cancer and also sharing the game for those who are underserved. Perfect Game Cares. Meet Carter Hadnot. He's out of Rialto, California. ZT Elite Prospects, his travel team. Catherine and Bernard, his parents. He's got a younger brother who's 4 and 2 older siblings. Alexis, his older sister Andre, his older brother as he takes a strike. And he idolizes Chase, his younger brother, diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder. Said, my little brother's a superhero. I will watch him and be his protector forever. I've learned so much through his journey as a young man with autism. Said his brother watches him do everything, play video games, play baseball. And this switch hitter, very aware. I love an answer like that. Many blessings to he and his family.
That's awesome.
Change up. Head first slide. Good pitch to run on when you run on a changeup.
Yeah, he picked a very good pitch, and a lot of times base runners are a little particular about stealing a base, whereas that you give a catcher a clear lane to throw you out at third base, but he took a good chance and he had a great jump and he made it. Yeah, see right there, he had a great jump. Actually, the pitch was outside a little bit, but usually a runner doesn't want to try that.
Hadnot dumps it into shallow left, back behind third, and a nice play over his shoulder. Made by Chase Fuller.
How about number 50, Zane Ho'okala.
Zane Ho'okala, who we saw work out on the mound. When he's not on the mound, he's an outfielder. His elder statesman in his family who he honors is Papa Rex, who he lost a couple of years ago. He said, and I quote, he knew 0 strangers in life and would always induce a story out of everyone. And so he plays to honor his grandfather, does Zane. And look, when you're a two-way player of the year, Charles gave him the award, and you are asked who your favorite player is, you say Shohei Ohtani. I know you all said it at home. But he's a Dodgers fan.
Yes, he's a Dodgers fan, and he has no choice to be a Ohtani fan. But it's great to see these young kids, have that kind of support by their family and parents, and because it means a lot. Because you do a lot of traveling and you play in the game of baseball. You have a lot of ups and downs, but to have your family behind you everywhere you go, it's a great uplift.
Ocala threw a perfect game at an event in March. He threw it against a very talented team, BPA, Southern California-based team. So a perfect game event in March, this talented two-way player threw a PG at PG. Pulls his hands in, drives it into right field, it's down. 2 runners will score. Zane touches first. He's into second. Head first slide. Get there. It's a double. What a beautiful swing.
That was a great swing. I think Zane slid a little early. But I guess we're not going to worry about that. If you swing the bat the way he just swung it, you don't have to worry about sliding to second base. I mean, what a great hit.
Number 25, Will McIntyre.
Drive in 2 runs there. But yeah, we're not going to worry about that slide. Yeah.
The turf grabbed him.
Yes, it did.
That's a turf infield, Zane. That's not a dirt infield. And it grabbed him.
That was pretty funny.
Like tentacles, it reached out and held on to him. Will McIntyre out of Boyd, Texas, takes his shot now. Laura and Brad, his parents. That's amazing. It's so good. He hustles to third with 1 in the dirt. Ocala moves on up.
It has to be a little difficult also to try to figure out when to slide on turf. I truly never played on turf and had to slide on turf. But it probably reminds me of whenever the clay gets really wet and you try to dive early and you don't quite go anywhere.
Hit hard out towards short, fielding and firing. Dug out over there. Really nice play by Ricky Lopez, but he thanks Brennan Pyle for scooping it at the 13U Select Fest. Perfect Games 13U Select Festival. Charles Johnson, Danny Wexelman, Darren Sutton, and you. We introduce you to Dominic Giametta III, Trey, as he is affectionately known, out of Full Shear, Texas. His travel team, the Wow Factor. He's at Lehman Junior High School as he moves with that size again, into his 8th grade school year. He was at the PG World Series this year, had a really great tournament. Team made it to finals in bracket play. Dom is his dad, Leslie is his mom, and his younger brother is Tyler. Dad played some college football at Texas State. And this is a young man that's played football and played it well, that has ran track and ran it well. Really good all-around athlete. Giametta III. Players from 14 states, a player from Venezuela in this game. William Cutshaw gets the call. He's a Georgian. He's another East Cobb Astros competitor. My goodness, Wes Etheridge, you're doing a great job with that program. Heading into his freshman year at Eastside High School. He wants to have a quick introduction with Tatum Reeves, his catcher.
I know for sure Dominic has a high from his high school football coaches.
Danny, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I saw Giametta before the game. I looked at him like, you ready? You fired up? He goes, he gave me that look like he was nervous. And I go, are you nervous? He goes, yeah, a little. This is my first one. So maybe that's catcher coming out, calming him down a little bit before he gets going.
Should be nervous. Lets you know you're alive. Good stuff, D. William Cutshaw takes outside, 1-0 the count. Cutshaw, a 5-tool player, will play all over the field. Speed, arm, all part of who he is. Cutshaw lashes that one into right field. That one's down. Will go all the way to the wall. Let's watch him run. Gotta be thinking 3. Touches 2. Into 3rd. The relay, the slide, a triple for Cutshaw.
That's awesome. I know he's fired up about that, man. Great piece of hitting. Pitch away, he went with it well.
Number 9, John Stowers.
Oh yeah, he stayed on top of that ball and drove it well to right field. And usually, you know, events like this, you try to push the defense to make a play, and he sure did that.
Strike over the outside corner to John Stowers. Stowers out of Mobile, Alabama. St. Paul's Episcopal School. And he won that home run battle. They all got together early on. They had a home run challenge, and he won it. He hit balls over the bullpen in right field, Charles.
He really did, over the bullpen. And I was truly impressed. And what really impressed me is that what I love, he's a catcher.
Toward the right side, that's an RBI for the power hitter. Turned into an out, though, by the second baseman, Will McIntyre. 4-3, run scores.
Number 3, Jordan Griffin.
I knew at these events, he probably wanted to probably drive that ball a little deep in the outfield, but on a regular game, coach would take that any day to drive a run in.
Here's Jordan Griffin from Louisiana, Lake Charles, Louisiana. Takes a pitch that jumps out of the zone. Keisha is his mom. Ricardo is his dad. He tells this fun story. He shared it last night, playing at the 8U age group, playing in a youth game, down 14-0. As that one misses outside. He said, I'll never forget it. We were down 14-0. We came back to win 15-14. And then we won the next game 11-0. We were the champs of that World Series.
I tell you, that was a turnaround. I like, how is that possible?
Let me get a little deep with you here. I think it's moments like that that hook athletes into loving this game.
That's very true. I mean, can you imagine the course of that game, and when you start getting hit after hit and probably a walk here and there, and before you know it, another big hit, and the team probably gets fired up, and to win that ball game, I can see why they came back and won the next game 11-0 because you really fired up after that win.
Yeah, it's one of those moments where you think, I like this baseball, because at 8, you're still really trying to figure out if you like anything. And this baseball's fun.
Yes, yes.
I want to play some more.
Yes, whenever you're hitting and scoring runs, this game is truly a fun game.
Dad played college football at Arizona State University. He didn't want to walk.
No, he didn't want to walk. That was a big swing, big swing.
Inside, he does take a walk as this AB student who's been great in the classroom trots to first. Came back from a broken collarbone and put in the work, was able to beat J-Rock again.
J-Rock, that's his nickname, huh?
That's the nickname. This nickname for this young man, Harry Jones Jr., is Chub. Chub is what his mates call him. He's out of Powder Springs, Georgia. Canes Southeast, his travel team. He plays for Coach Meggs, Tyler Meggs. Throw down, a pretty throw. Tag right there. This is all you, my friend.
That's a great throw. And look, I know he's feeling pretty good about it. And the young man had a great jump. But what I really loved about it is that he let the ball get to him, and then he really got rid of it. I mean, Reeves made an unbelievable throw. You can see that he really let the ball get to him and just made a quick throw. I think, too, the turf slowed him down a little bit.
Well done behind the plate, Mr. Reeves. There's an automatic mic dump for me when a catcher makes a play like that when I'm sitting next to a multiple Gold Glove winner.
I tell you, throwing out runners is just it's truly a rally killer.
That one misses outside to Chubb. Mom is Dana, dad is Harry. And his dad was a world-class hurdler at Arkansas, 4-time national champion. High hurdler champion with the man with a bat in his hands. Pretty breaking ball, framed up nicely by Reeves. Reeves, by the way, will pitch. He's the final pitcher in this game, the man who just threw that great throw from behind home plate. He's the closer, if you will.
Wow, I tell you, he's going to be loose.
2-2 the count. Right back to the screen.
I tell you, Dominic there, he really was feeling that pitch there. I mean, I heard him grunting all the way up here.
Four to 1 the score. Chubb dreams of Arkansas, Vanderbilt. Those are some of his dream schools. And when you live in Georgia, your favorite team, it's a rule, I think. And he plays by the rules. It's the Braves. And he said, but with 5 T's, my favorite player is Mookie Betts.
Mookie Betts. Oh, that's a great player.
What good take.
Yeah, good take. I mean, I know Dominic wanted that pitch there.
Number 25, Patrick Hassan.
Yes, he really wanted that pitch.
Patrick Hassan now. Patrick out of Athens, Georgia. The University of Georgia, his dream school. Tiffany and Brian, his parents. He goes right to work, fly ball right field, tracking it with those sunglasses on. Putting that one away is Francisco Renteria. Celebration of the future of the game at the Select Festival. Charles Johnson, Darren Sutton, and Danny Wexman. Danny, what do you have for us?
Yeah, so Jeb Craven taking the mound for the East. He just came up to me before he went on. He said, "Are you ready?" I'm like, "Are you ready to take the mound?" This is a guy who is QB1 at Wayne County High School, throws 500 footballs a week, and he's a 3-time Select Fest guy, guys. He did 12U twice and now at the 13U. And he told me football helps with my arm strength and the mental side of the game. We also talked about how he commands the football field. That helps him also on the baseball diamond. And if you'll notice from last year, he's tweaked his arm motion. He's throwing at a higher arm slot right now. He told me this, guys, the confidence is amazing. He goes, "My changeup, amazing. My fastball, insane." We'll get a chance to see that now.
He's the son of Chip and Erica. Thank you very much, by the way. We appreciate it. His sister is Jules, and he has been on that high-level travel ball scene. He's played in PG World Series championships. I've been calling his games remotely and in person. Trust me, again, he's only 13, but I know this name very, very well, Jeb Craven. Wayne County High School, he's starting his freshman year. You know what happens when you're a freshman? You get to be the face of the crowd. That's all you are. So he starts it all over, earning his stripes. But he's a talented arm, 3-time PG Select Festival selection, straight A student, outstanding young man. And as Danny said, he's very, very talented. Has always thrown pretty hard, Charles.
I tell you, you know, this is third time coming to some of these select events. What we do know right now, he's not nervous. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's very confident out there, and I can't wait to see him pitch today.
He's a Braves, Astros, and Yankee fan. His favorite players, Trout, Judge, Acuna, and Byron Buxton. Maddox Lassard out of Muskego, Wisconsin. Not too far from Milwaukee. Big leg lift as he goes to work, pops it up left side. Into foul territory it goes, and that'll end up out of play by our production truck. Maddox is a catcher, also a utility player, Muskego Lakes Middle School. Got a chance to spend time with Dad before the game. Was a huge Brewers fan. His dad, Mike. His mom is Kelly Ann. Dad played college baseball in Minnesota. Mankato State University. And I think the thing that Maddox does that's most impressive is he takes care of business in the classroom. This is a 4.0 student. Raises the hands up the ladder, lines it into left field for a base hit over the outstretched glove of Malachi Washington.
One thing I love about Maddox is that this young man gets it going. I mean, he really gets started early, and when he swings, he swings. I mean, he's up there for a purpose, and what a great piece of hitting he just did right there.
Jeb Craven working on the mound. His battery mate Cole Crawford catching in his third inning. Logan Schmidt now gets the call. We saw Logan obviously come out as a gifted pitcher to start this game, as he shared with me when I asked him, "Hey, what's your dream school? Where are you hoping to go?" As he kind of enters the age of being recruited, he said, "I'm completely unsure. I have no idea."
And there's nothing wrong with that at this age.
12U Select Festival Most Valuable Player.
I guess he's trying to keep him honest over there a little bit.
Yeah.
Go, Logan. Go, Logan.
Up here, let's go.
Logan takes a pitch that's just off the plate. Cole Crawford showed it for quite some time. He said, "Hey, Aunt Pollard, just letting you take a look at it." Aunt Pollard working behind home plate. Inside. 2-2 the count.
Yeah, I think right now Craven just needs to try to make a good pitch down and away. Hopefully he can get a ball to hit up the middle a little bit.
Just missed a really good take.
Now you're saying he's a really good football player, huh?
Yes, good all-around athlete.
I heard the guys talking about him yesterday as being a good football player.
Yeah, there's a lot that he has done well for a long, long time. And, you know, an athlete who's, as you said, decorated. What do you think about playing multiple sports?
I love it. I truly love it. I think all these kids need to play different sports. It really gives you a break mentally.
That one's fired to the backstop.
Yeah, it truly gives you a break mentally from one sport. Because sometimes you could get burned out a little bit. You know, I have two kids. My youngest kid, he played football and baseball, and my older son, he's with the Broncos now, and he played basketball and football. So yes, I truly believe these kids should play different sports.
That one misses just off the plate. To Ethan Armbruster. Couple of runners on after the single and the walk. Armbruster's out of Austin, Texas, Westridge Middle School, where he's entering his 8th grade year. He rolls it out towards short. A chance to turn two. There's one. On to first. A double play. Fuller started it. Chubb Jones Jr. spun it on over to first. A very nice turn and a good arm on to John Stowers.
Yeah, that was a great play. One thing we know is double play is the best play in baseball. I mean, that thing is a rally killer all day long, and that was a great pitch and a great turn.
Grant Sparandio now out of Houston, Texas after that double play as he wraps the bat and takes strike one. Spring Branch Middle School entering his 8th grade year. Sparandio will hop up on the mound and pitch. He can also play short. Massive Astros fan. And he wants to send a shout out to his buddy Will Martin, who's watching. A dear friend of his and a young man who doesn't have the ability to play baseball, but he wanted to let me know, to let Will know that how much he thinks of him as he gets a chance to hit here, battling Lee syndrome. Not able to play sports. Of course, Lee syndrome preventing Will's cells from creating the energy his body needs. And these two are best buds. They spend a ton of time together. He said, my friend Will's funny as can be. Loves the Astros, Texas Longhorn football, just like me. That's what we share in common. This part of his life, I take care of him. I play for him.
That's awesome. I know yesterday Sheffield was spending some time with him, and I was watching him, and Sheffield was trying to show him to try to drive that ball up the middle of the field, but we'll see how he can respond to that.
There's Chef looking at Grant from that first base dugout. It looks like he still is built like a man who could still hit.
Oh, you know he can hit. He tried to fake like he can't, but he can.
To the backstop it goes. Scampering to the plate, and a run will score with a head-first slide.
It's really tough on a catcher. You don't know the pitcher very well, and your reaction time sometimes is a little slow because you're trying to feel his slider and his breaking ball, and you know, it can hurt your reaction a little bit. Yeah, that's a very tough pitch. He kind of yanked outside. He did the best he could to try to catch it.
Dominic Giametta. They got the gear.
They got the gear. I don't know. It's some blanket. I don't know what that is.
So I love that you said that, because obviously a team like the Blue Jays has the Homer sport coat. We've seen the Angels with the cowboy hat. They have the gear. They're just mimicking the big leaguers that they're seeing. Yes. But I love that Charles Johnson just called that a blanket, and I'm not quite sure what that is. That makes me happy. Danny, what is it? What is that? What is it, Danny?
Lane brought that. It's a blanket. It's his blanket. He brought it, and the sunglasses are his too. So Jaworski Lane brought it, but you know he's letting the guys wear it, which is ironic though, because the Tennessee Volunteers this season had their fur coat for their home run celebration. So it's very similar to what the Volunteers did this year.
Is it though, Danny? Is it similar? Is a blanket similar to a fur coat?
Listen, they do what they can. They're making it work. I think they're very inventive young men.
Different budget, too. You're right. Mom, can I borrow that blanket?
I know, right?
I want to take it to the Select Festival. A little head first slide in those shades. You just grab those at the dollar store and you're set.
I saw Lane early on before the game wearing that. He's walking across the field.
How about this pick, keeping a runner
Yeah, that was
at
a
second?
great pick. I mean, you need that sometimes when you try to make a great throw, and you need those shortstops and middle infielders to glove some of those balls before it goes into the outfield.
Chase Fuller did the job out there. Fuller playing out there at second base. Shortstop, I should say, the second baseman, Chubb Jones Jr. He just turned that double play a moment ago. Seen Giametta pitch already. Has had a USA Baseball journey. 13U NTIS as he takes a walk.
Number 32, Luke Armijo.
Giametta said something interesting. He said, one of my greater challenges I've learned to overcome was how to control my emotions while playing sports. He said, sometimes I get too high, sometimes too low. And he said, it's honestly something I'm still working on, but I've grown as he trots to first.
Well, that's something that he's going to continue to try to grow with. I think we all deal with our emotions, trying to maintain it and stay composed, because the game can be really tough. You're failing a lot, and you have to really try to control your emotions, but it's very difficult.
The youngest of 5 is Luke Armijo. Marco and Nikki, his parents. Marcus, Matthew, Jonathan, and Alyssa are his siblings. Luke is out of Whittier, California, a left-handed pitcher and also a first baseman. Plays for ZT Academy and would love to play for Coach Waz in the Oregon Ducks someday. That's his dream school.
I was watching this guy hit yesterday. He had a really good approach. The young man, he really, when he got a hold of it, he really drove the ball deep. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen in this at bat here.
He's been a quarterback as well since 5 years old. Loves football as that one goes behind his back into the backstop, and runners will move up. Yeah, back in 2017, won the Orange Bowl, as they called it, out in Orange County. As a young man, state champion as a quarterback, so football a part of his life as well. But by trade on the baseball field as he hits now his first skill set, left-handed pitcher. As that one just up and in. So if you're a left-handed pitcher, you live in Southern California, who do you look to? Well, you've got some options. Clayton Kershaw's one. His favorite pitcher, Julio Urias.
I'll tell you what, Kershaw, that's not a bad guy to look up to.
Flash Gordon, part of this coaching staff, he comes out. We've loved Flash. Spoke last night to the athletes. More than 800 appearances in the major leagues. Both sons have played successfully in the big leagues as well. Just another great mentor for these guys to have.
Yeah, Flash, he's such a great guy. And, I mean, he played almost, 21 years. And the one thing about Flash that you try to stay away from as a player is that breaking ball. Because whenever you get in breaking ball counts, I mean, you know it's coming and it's very difficult to hit. And that's why he stayed around for a long time.
Yeah, there it is.
There it is.
The blanket. It's a good look, I think. Maybe. Flash with a fashion statement. You think that's a fashion statement? Flash going with the visor today. I like it.
Yes, Flash, I always loved that visor. Yeah, Flash can throw his shorts on and go right to the golf course with that visor.
Runners on second and third. Now it's loaded for Jaworski Lane. We saw Jaworski walk, steal a base, and score back in the first inning.
Great pitch right there.
Jaworski's favorite team, the Blue Jays. Favorite player, Bo Bichette, along with Ronald Acuna. Top of the strike zone. That one is high.
Bo Bichette, a great young player. Had a chance to play with his father a lot of years, against his father for a lot of years.
Got him to chase that fastball high and tight. And down goes Lane. When we come back, a conversation with the great slugger, Ryan Klesko.
Welcome back. The West team leads the East 5-1. I'm with the West manager, Ryan Klesko, 16-year Major League vet, World Series champ with the Braves. I know that these kids mean the world to you. You are having a ball out here. What have you seen from them? 13 years old, but they don't always play like they're 13.
They're amazing. I tell you what, Chef and I were talking about this a while. When we were 13 years old, were we hitting balls out of a pretty much a major league type complex at 13 years old? And the answer was no. And that's a guy that hit 500 plus home runs. And so these guys are talented. They're fast. They're already in the mid 80s. A lot of their arms, and they're throwing really good.
What does it mean to you to get a chance to manage these kids and be a part of their growth?
It's awesome. This is my second year in a row working with these guys, and the kids are so responsive. I love this age group. 12 last year, 13. My son plays 13U, and tell you what, it's fun to see these guys play.
Coach, thank you.
Thank you.
Darren?
Loved watching Ryan Klesko hit as a young announcer. I was the pregame show host for those Atlanta Braves, and there was no one more dangerous if you made a mistake than that man. He played like he talks now, with that heart on his sleeve. Now he's got his heart on his sleeve as a leader of these young men, really active in this space. Obviously the dad part of it's pulled him in. You went through that as a sports dad as well. You kind of most zoned in when your kids are at that age, and you don't live through them. I want to be careful the words I use, but you certainly pull for them and you think about them a lot.
Yeah, you tremendously pull for them. I mean, you live what they're going through day in and day out. And, Klesko is a great dude. I played against him for a lot of years, and he was one of those guys that was feared when he came up to the plate.
Andrew Bennett leads it off. We just talked about Luke Armijo, who is gone from the bat in his hands to that left arm as he fires a pitch down and away out of Whittier, California. We told you when he was hitting, he dreams of Oregon someday. The great quarterback and talented pitcher fires a strike to Bennett, who's out of Mobile, Alabama, the son of Karen and Thomas. Went to that 13U National Showcase, really performed well this year after being at Perfect Games 12U Select Festival last year. That's a line drive base hit the other way, and it's going to roll for a while, and it's a chance for Bennett to run. Bennett touches second, stops right there, in with a double. The prettiest part about that was the approach.
Yeah, I mean, that was a great approach, a great piece of hitting. I mean, he, really got his foot down and drove it well to a right center field. And when you watch this play here, on a teachable moment, he had a shot at maybe getting a triple here, but he was looking at the third base coach. And I think if he would have made his mind up soon enough, he would have probably made it to third base.
Advice there in that situation?
Yes, I mean, when the ball is in front of you as a base runner, you have to really trust your instincts and trust that you can make it on your own sometimes, because it can really slow you up looking at the third base coach. Now, if the ball's down right field line, then of course you have to pick up the third base coach.
Chef, looking back to his career, thinking I hit a lot of stop at seconds or a lot of jog around thirds.
Yes, I know he hit plenty of doubles.
Craven, we saw him pitch a moment ago as he wags that bat, the Jessup, Georgia native. When you ask Jeb, hey, what positions do you play? He says pitcher, left, right, center, shortstop, third base, second base. So there's your answer. On the ground out towards short. Looks it right into his glove. Sets and fires in time for the out. Will McIntyre, the shortstop. Runner moves to third.
Now, that was a great piece of base running there, whereas that he read the ball right away. He knew the ball was slightly behind him and made it to third base. And now you put yourself in position as far as scoring a run here.
Chef, by the way, had 500-plus homers, nearly 500 doubles. And what was that number in the truck? 67 triples? That couldn't have been 67. Yeah, I got excited.
That's a lot of
27.
triples.
27. Okay. 27 triples, and that's amazing because he played 37 years, so, or at least it feels like it.
Seemed like he played forever, right? He came up like 18 years old almost, and he played forever. But definitely one of the greats to ever play the game of baseball, and I just enjoyed watching him hit. You knew he was going to do something incredible every time he came up to bat.
Another chance out at short, this time on a backhand. Well, that's a pretty play out there. A couple of them by Will McIntyre. That does score a run, though.
That scores a run. And that's why that read at second base was so important, whereas that now you get a ground ball, you score a run, and it's very big.
Again, 13 years old, comfortable out there at that position.
Very comfortable. To make a backhand like that, you have to be really comfortable. A lot of guys try to get in front of that ball because they're not comfortable with the backhand, but at 13, that's impressive.
Boy, that's a good pitch and a really good take
Very
from
good
Malachi
take.
Washington.
Yes.
Malachi, by the way, made his high school team last year, the JV team, and was the Coach's Award winner. If I'm a freshman or a sophomore, I'm looking over my shoulder because here he comes. He did that in 8th grade as Malachi pops that one foul. He talked about that COVID year when he was in 7th grade. He said it challenged me. I learned a lot about myself. Virtual learning, online school, not an option for me. It's just not for me. It's difficult to focus when I'm online. He said I was thrilled to get back in the classroom and keep learning. Big swing as he fouls it off.
Yes, it had to be a challenge for a lot of kids to have to go to school online when you're used to socializing with other kids and enjoying yourself during the day. So it had to be tough for a lot of kids.
On this platform, I share with you, if he were commissioner for a day, he would encourage more MLB teams to reach out to minority communities to encourage the sport in poorer communities. And those are good words to share, Malachi, when you have the platform. As he reaches on an infield base hit, he can run.
Yes, he had no chance on that play there. Made a great play as far as trying to stop it, but you knew right away he was going to make that with that kind of speed.
Slick Rick Lopez. I like that bucket hat. You know anybody with PG? Can you get me one of those? You know somebody, I think.
Yes, I know a couple people at PG. I have one of those hats too, you know.
How come I don't have one? I don't like that. Here's Slick Rick. Lopez takes a strike, a high strike, as he spins out of the way. Made an incredible defensive play earlier at short, leaving his feet. You know, in perfect game lore, there have been a handful of amazing defensive plays. This is up there. If you know A's middle infielder Nick Allen as a PG All-American years back, he made a diving play to open up the All-American Classic, I believe with Hunter Green on the mound. And this one was that good, this play by Ricky Lopez.
It was just that good. I mean, he really showed his range, and then he showed his arm strength to get the ball across the diamond.
Works out in the DR, is down there quite a bit. Also, his home in the Bronx. Took off and swiped it. So deliberate on the pickoff move with the throw over, and he just kept running, and Malachi Washington had a huge jump.
That's the best thing to do as a base runner. You try to go on first move, and with this kind of speed, he made it. I'm glad it's okay. Like the ball hit his helmet and bounced right to the shortstop.
Takes a strike, 0-2. Here's the play we're talking about earlier.
I mean, that's tough to do. I mean, he got up very quickly and made a strong throw across the diamond.
Oh, that's fun.
Yes.
That's fun. Wanted to waste an 0-2 pitch up and away, but instead he takes a look at the man out at second base in Washington.
Very smart to show him a will move there.
Hung up. Getting the rundown with Malachi. Armio chases him back, and away we go on the rundown. Tries to slide on by, can't do it. Turned into an out, and a nice job there as things were reeled in. Select Festival having a blast in Knoxville. This is our game summary presented by Yeti. Built for the run. Lopez at the 13U Select Festival. Defense, front and center. In center field, good work being done that time. Beautiful throw and a beautiful tag. Started with Washington. Fuller completed the tag. Fastball, you bet, and a good one. Ho'okala. And then Ho'okala with a bat in his hand. Rips the ball to the right field corner. Get there, get there, get there, Zane. Yes, it's a double. And it's 2 RBI. CBS Sports, the Perfect Game Select Festival. Denny Wexelman is down in the dugouts. 4-time Gold Glove winner and All-Star Charles Johnson sitting to my right. My name's Darren Sutton. Thanks for spending some time with us. The appropriately uniformed, the Perfect Game brand is there, but the Tennessee orange is certainly represented. As Patrick Hassan takes the rock and he rolls now, going to work. Young man out of Athens, Georgia. Team Elite 13U national team. Tiffany and Brian. And Mark, his 3 parents and step-parent. Primary shortstop with quick hands and a good bat. 2-seam fastball when he pitches. He's topped out at 86 in the past. Folks, there's a changeup and there's a slider, and he says the slider moves quite a bit, so we'll get to know him on this stage. The orange is the east, the gray is the west. Boy, and on the west coast of South America, we go to Venezuela for Francisco Renteria. Walked and scored, first time up. One and 0 the count to Francisco. His nickname, El Ungido, translated, the Anointed.
The Anointed, I love it.
I apologize to my beautiful Chilean wife for my Spanish altogether. I'm sorry, Carol.
Well, the one thing we know is that he's a special kid.
He filled out his biographical questionnaire, all of it, which I'm thrilled he took the time, which means somebody helped him with it, because it's in English, folks, what I share with these athletes. He filled it out entirely in Spanish, and then my good friend Google Translate and my lovely wife helped me out.
That's awesome.
Geography, history, and citizenship, those are his favorite classes. And by the way, when you go home with Francisco and you wonder what his favorite meal may be, and I gave the young athletes the option, it could be eating out, it could be eating at home. He said my favorite food is the cheesy potato cupcakes that my dad makes.
Cheesy potato cupcakes. I'm trying to envision that one a little bit. It sounds good.
Sounds like a carb load.
Yes,
sounds
it is a
definitely
carb
like a carb load to me. We've seen a lot of that this weekend. Families capturing memories, videos, pictures, as that one is rolled foul. Ask Francisco, share some of your workouts with me that you've been doing of late. As Brick checks on him, make sure he's okay. He said, Jim, 4 times a week, 2 hours. Daily batting training, and then batting, defense, and pitching. I'm active in tournaments. He's got a cap on like that, young man, a bunch, playing baseball. Inside, well, that's a heavy arm. That is a heavy pitch. That started chest
really
high and went
like
right to his belt.
He has really good stuff.
So Lash Henderson, a fun athlete to watch. Earned the Augusta Impact Award last night. Had a little fun with him. He got up and spoke on stage. We gave him the chance to introduce the winner of the award. We actually put the winner inside of an envelope. So he did a wonderful job speaking in front of a room full of hundreds of people. And then he said, and the winner is, open the envelope as the runner's on the move. And he swiped it. Off balance, fall down throw back there. Fortunate he got it there, Will Brick.
I haven't seen that too often, that play there. I mean, it was a play up and in, and that's a really tough play. I think he was just really trying to get rid of the ball as fast as he could because that ball was way up and in.
A little bit more on Lash D. Come on in.
Original names, so many original names, right, on these teams. And Lash is actually named after Lash LaRue, star of 40s Western films. And I asked him, have you seen any of them? He said, no, I haven't seen them yet. But Darren, I have a feeling you've probably seen some of those in the 40s. Yep.
Absolutely. I own them all at home on my VHS. All right, if we can go ahead and disconnect Danny's microphone, we'll be good rest of the way. 2-2 the count.
Do a job here, Lash.
Charles, old man jokes, always.
Yes.
They're always around. Breaking ball. How about that one over the inside corner? Lash goes down on strikes. To finish the thought real quick, Lash opened the envelope last night, and he was the winner of the award. He was completely surprised by it. It was a fun bit. We got fortunate, and it was neat to do.
That was a good setup by you, right? I mean, you pretty much had everybody in the room surprised on that one.
Nobody likes a rubber chicken banquet, and it wasn't. There was great steak and great seafood.
Ooh.
But we like to have fun. The athletes are young. They're fun. We want it to be engaging while still respectful. Danny, that sounded old. Engaging while still respectful, but fair enough.
Be careful down there.
Joshua Priest. Priest, if you have followed Royals baseball through the years, you remember a guy by the name of Mike Sweeney. Good man, good hitter, real good hitter.
Yes.
Well, this is one of his travel ball coaches, so Sweens works a lot with Joshua Priest. As that one is high and inside. He gets to play for the San Diego Saints, and when you can say, hey, I've learned a lot from Mike Sweeney, not only as a baseball player, but as a man, that's a good thing.
It's a very good thing. You know, had a chance to, you know, Sweeney for a lot of years playing the game, and he has a very good coach.
He calls him his inspiration, Mike. Says he's a godly, great, humble player and a coach. 10-plus years in the big leagues. Great teammate. Huge swing.
Big swing.
He says, that's, by the way, that's why my number is 29, because I want to be like Mike. And in this case, Mike Sweeney. Sweens did this on occasion.
Yes. He had some good intentions on that swing.
Rushed off, and the breaking ball went up over his head. May have been a fastball. But the body rushed off, and the arm never caught up.
I think, you know, when you're looking at Patrick, he has very good stuff. At this point now, he's just not finishing his pitches. You know, if I'm a catcher right now, I'm really trying to set up outside to try to get him to finish more away, because a lot of his balls seem to be left up and in on right-handed hitters.
So up and in, up and in, up and in. You see him missing a lot there.
Yes,
you know,
he's
that's
missing a
what
lot
you're talking about.
Yes,
and you used to, I'm guessing, see that and just let a guy know, hey, slow it down, right?
Yes, you have to, you know, sometimes you have to go out on the mound and talk to him and say, slow it down a little bit. To me, that was a great call by throwing a breaking ball.
That one skipped into center field on a one-hop, and the run out front, and Renteria scored. Priest goes on to third. So they stole a run that time.
Yes. Because sometimes that breaking ball allow you to finish that pitch, which he did. Great pitch, he finished it. It's just that on that play there, the throw was just rushed a little bit and allowed a run to score.
Hassan misses inside to Tatum Reeves. Reeves walked and was stranded in his first at bat. Reeves hits a high fly ball, well struck toward left field, tracking toward the wall. Oh! What a play! Unbelievable play. That's Gaydon Dawson. Wow!
Wow. What a play. I mean, that ball carried far, and when he first hit it, I didn't think there was a chance he was going to catch it. I knew he was going to be over his head, but I mean, just made a basket catch. Great play.
Georgia boy, East Cobb Astros showing out. Gaydon Dawson out there in left. Oh, my goodness. Just for fun. They'll see if he left early. And I think that was just for fun there. Wow, Gaydon. Hey, by the way, Tatum Reeves, you leaned on one too.
Oh, come on now. I mean, we sitting here talking, but he came really close to that fence.
He really did. Wow. Goodness gracious. We've had like three or four really good plays
Really
and
good
two
plays.
spectacular plays,
Yes.
you know? No more Torres is hitting. Same rush to the plate with the body, the arm just not catching up. Torres flied out to center field. He was the one who had a nice play made out there in front of him by Malachi Washington. Pulls the hands in and lifts that one foul. Nomar was sharing one of his greatest challenges he's overcome was when he first got to Texas. He said, I didn't know English at all, and I was new and it was challenging. He said, I battled through the adversity. What helped me was I talked to a lot of people, just kept communicating and learned the language. And if something went wrong, especially in baseball, that's why I love it, he said, my teammates would correct me, they guided me. He said, that was tough to overcome as he heads to first, but I overcame it. Yeah, still rushing to the plate.
Still rushing. Yeah, he's leaving his arm just open. He's not closing with his front shoulder and finishing his pitches. And it's tough too because as a catcher, you're trying to find ways to get him in the strike zone. You try to call breaking balls away. You try to call fastballs away. You even try to mix in a changeup for him to throw a strike.
Bear Calvo with the single into left field. He's got a couple of singles in this game. Both of them to the left side, both of them to the pull side. The young man out of Fullerton, California, Carson Bear Calvo. No. Noah Everly. He played so well at that PG Houston Super NIT. Last year's Select Festival, we loved watching him there. He said all these events have been the best competition and created memories for me. These are the words of Noah that I'll never forget. Noah drives that one down the line toward left field, toward the corner. It goes! Home run distance, but foul ball.
Wow.
He nearly knocked one out of here.
Wow.
Wow.
That was close. It looked like he hit it almost over the second fence or near or right in front of it. I know he would love to get that one back.
Fastball inside. He's inspired by his Aunt Ashley, is Noah. He says she's been recovering from a lung transplant over the last year. She's been through a lot. She keeps fighting. Her fight for her life has been inspiring, so I fight on the diamond in her honor. That one comes up a little bit short, so the runner moves to third. Actually hit the sliding base runner in Calvo. Torres advances, no more.
Yeah, sometimes as a catcher, you can catch a guy sleeping over there. And I think he took a shot at it and it ended up hitting the runner.
The Brick behind the plate, Will Brick. What a great catcher's name. Nice job stealing a strike there, 3-2.
Yeah, if Patrick can find that slot there, he'd be okay. I mean, he has great stuff. He just haven't quite found the slot I think he wants on a consistent basis.
That one's outside. The bases are full. Charles, in talking to these catchers, it's interesting, and they've all shared it. It's unanimous. They don't want an automated strike zone in their future. They love the art of framing. They love the art of stealing strikes for their pitchers. Catchers, high-level young catchers, it's almost unanimous, don't want it. I just thought I'd share that with you.
I feel the same way. I wouldn't want it. I enjoy the whole part of being a catcher as far as framing, because it keeps you from not being lazy behind home plate as far as your receiving. And so I think it's going to keep catchers definitely in the ball game a little more, whereas they're relying on analytics to call pitches.
0-2 the count to Broder Kaki. 2027 out of the suburbs of Detroit in Bloomfield Hills. And I lead that way because Kaki's words, here are Broder's words. He's a catcher. I would ensure if I were commissioner there was never an automated strike zone. As a catcher, I want to preserve the art of receiving. His words.
And I'm 100% behind him on that one. I mean, as a catcher, who wouldn't want to be behind the home plate and dictate how you operate behind home plate as far as framing pitches?
That one stays a little bit low. 2-2 the count to Broder. Cardinals fan, Kaki, Yachty, his guy. I love the relationship he has with his pitchers, how he manages the game from behind the plate as that one skips in there. And that's ball 4. And that will play to run.
Number 7, Carter Hanna.
Well, these young kids drawing their blanket today.
There you go. I know 2 things. Number 1, that's clearly a blanket. Number 2, if those are actual real Gucci sunglasses, so somebody's in trouble for swiping them from mom or dad. That one sails high. To Carter Hadnot. He's touched 86 this inning. Fastball has lived in the 82, 83, 84 range. Lost the bat that time.
Wow.
Lost the bat that time. That Carter Hadnot.
He pretty much he hit it right off the end of the bat and just split it. That's one of the ones there. If you got a guy that's cheating, he's really scared at this point, right?
Carter gets ready to go as he digs back in. Big Tim Anderson fan. Big, as he puts, hashtag Go Dodgers fan. Carter toward right field, toward the corner it goes. Tracking, it's down. Couple of runs will score using the entire field. Carter Hadnot. And he goes all the way. And we will flip sides on that one. And we will be back. 10-2 is the score. That bat, it ended up dying a happy death because runs were put on the board. (10-2), 13U Select Festival. Glad to have you back with us in Knoxville, Tennessee. Our stat of the game is brought to you by New Balance. Some gifts being handed out, and it's appropriate with a good pair of New Balance. You get the walk, you start out walking, and then you can score some runs. Put those New Balance on. 12 walks, and half of them have scored. Understandable, young pitchers, anxious situation, have struggled to find the strike zone. So that is our New Balance stat of the game. Chance and an opportunity now for Grant Sparendio to go. He goes to work out on the mound. Really short arm action with whip in the arm, effortless delivery, able to fill up the zone with 3 pitches. Fastball, slider, changeup. Those are his words. That's his scouting report.
Number 1, Ricky Lopez.
One of this game's athletic heroes with a great defensive play is Ricky Lopez. Ricky gets to hit for the second time. He struck out first time up.
That's good. Thank you.
Brandio's fastball averages 82 to 85. He had shared with us he's topped out at 86 miles an hour. We did see a shift earlier, you know, shifting the infield around as they, most of this game defensively had played all straight up. They're doing it again. Danny Wexelman, Charles Johnson, Darren Sutton, thanks for being with us. That breaking ball misses outside. We talked about those workouts with Dad being able to travel to be with family down in the Dominican Republic. Said my family's a hardworking family. My dad spends a lot of time with me training. He works with a daycare with my mom that we have at home, a family business. Chance to set and fire, and a nice stretch out there.
Nice stretch, yes.
Good play all around. Carter Hadnot, the shortstop, and stretching it out. Giametta, Dominic, Trey.
Yes, that was a great play. Another backhand, but what really made that play was that that stretch there. That was pretty incredible.
Cole Crawford struck out looking back in the first inning. Not cheated. 0-1 the count on the young man out of Cartersville, Georgia. Charles talked to you guys earlier, especially you young players, about being a multi-sport guy. His sons, how they've played now at the highest level and taken football to the highest level. This is an athlete that catches, certainly behind the plate, but also State of Georgia Football Player of the Year 2 times and a 2-time wrestling state champion, Cole Crawford.
Wow. So he's one of these kids that you just don't grab too often.
No.
Because
No. To me, wrestling and catching can go hand in hand, though. I mean, the ability to be flexible, you guys contort your bodies in all sorts of ways to get beat up.
And I'm pretty sure it's very helpful because you have to be able to work on the ground in wrestling, so I'm pretty sure it helps him very much in these blocking baseballs and stuff.
Crawford's name is third on that list, as you can see. Fuller right behind him. Three and two the count. Sparandio, a huge Houston Astros fan. Jordan Alvarez, his guy. As he gets an elevated swing and a miss. Crawford chases that one. Nice backspin on that one.
Yes, he chased one up in the zone. But, you know, that's what happens whenever you get a pitcher that's around the zone. It forces the hitters to swing the bats, and sometimes you get a hitter that's swinging a pitch up in the zone from time to time.
Breaking ball skips to the backstop. Perfect Game's 13U Player of the Year, as awarded last night to Chase Fuller. He grounded out his first time up to the right side. Florida Dodgers scout team, Tom Lucas, his travel coach. As he takes a strike to even things up at 1-1.
Until you look at Chase from up here, like he's really close to the plate.
Dad, part of the coaching staff at Florida State University on the football side. He gets to work out with those athletes on occasion. Works out running with the football team. Interesting way to add to your depth of training. Breaking ball misses outside. If he were commissioner for a day, he says I would use resources to help underserved communities to fall in love with baseball like they do football, for Major League Baseball to make that a mission of theirs.
Yeah, when you look at the game of baseball, that initiative they have as far as play ball, that's been very helpful.
Yep.
To try to get into some of these underserved communities as far as getting some of these young kids back playing baseball.
The Breakthrough Series spawned out of that under the leadership of Tony Regans and Dale Matthews. And over the last half decade, the Perfect Game Cares Foundation has walked with them and doing very much the same thing. Pretty fastball just off the plate. The confident Fuller with 2 outs will trot to first with the walk.
Yeah, I know Grant wanted that one. That was a good pitch down and away, and that was even a better take by Fuller.
Broder Kaki, his catcher, the Michigander behind home plate working. BP, Brennan Pyle. 55 on that jersey. What an O the count. Runner on the move. Fired on down by Kaki. Played backed up out there. Skipped on by Torres, but helping out right behind him was Hadnot.
He had great direction to second base. On his throw, the ball was just down a little bit, but other than that, I love his direction to second base.
Runner on the move. That breaking ball, a good one, but just outside. It's a stolen base. Fuller's moved all the way to third for Pyle. 2 outs.
Say these base runners today are giving these catchers some work.
Outside.
Keep pounding, 1-5, keep pounding.
Sparandio continues to work.
Go right after, let's go.
Texas 12, his travel team. Padres scout team as well. When we talk about Grant. Grant with a fastball that missed outside. So back-to-back walks after 2 quick outs.
Gaydon Dawson. You got 2 down, bud.
I think that's really a great meeting right here to try to settle Grant down a little bit. He has 2 outs. If you make a couple of big pitches here, he can get out his inning. So, I mean, that's a really good meeting to slow things down.
Five walks have been issued by the West team. None of them have scored. Gaydon Dawson made kind of a crazy, I can't believe he just did that play. Up against the wall in left field over his shoulder. Twisted, turned, and hauled it in. Earlier in this game, ridiculously amazing. Out of Mabry Middle School.
Yes, it was. Truly amazing play.
Parents, college athletes. Dad, Joe, baseball. Mom, Kat, soccer. Dad at Georgia Southern. Mom at William and Mary.
Nice and easy, bud.
So my son goes to school at Georgia Southern. He plays football there.
So football a big part of the Johnson household, huh?
Like, how did that happen, right? Got 2 sons playing football.
Dawson, a Braves fan, but Bryce Harper's his favorite player. With this generation of athlete and technology, all of them have no problem having a favorite player on another team, which was different in our generation because they watch, they learn from them. They pull up their clips on social media, on YouTube. They follow them on Instagram.
Yes.
So, yes, I want the Braves to win, he's saying, but I like Bryce Harper. And as a left-handed hitting outfielder, why wouldn't you?
You're right about that. I mean, when I was younger, I was
trying to steal a run, and they're able to do so.
Yes.
Fuller scores. Piles into second with a stolen base. Wait, I got to know who your guy was.
Well, you know, when I was younger, I was a Braves fan because there was no Florida Marlins. There was no Tampa Bay Devil Rays. So the closest team to me in Fort Pierce was the Atlanta Braves. So I was a Ted Turner Network watching kid.
Yes.
I used to watch the Braves back in the day with Bob Horner and Dale Murphy and all those guys. And that was my team, the Atlanta Braves.
I like it. Trying to think back to some of the guys that caught on those teams. I know Bruce
Benedict was the guy I remember.
Into left field ranging. It's played on a hop out there. What a beautiful approach. So not only a great play, but then that base hit in front of Ho'okala singled in a run. That's Gaydon Dawson.
I tell you, Dawson out here, he's having a day today. And truthfully, the East team really needs some momentum right now. So I know this feels good to them to try to get some hits and scoring some runs.
Willie B wagging that bat, number 99, Brick. And that one is high, 1-0 the count. Aaron and Steve, his parents. Talk about working on strength. He threw the shot put this year, competitively. Pickoff throw, got him. A beautiful play made by Broder Kaki out of Michigan. Kaki from behind the dish, unloaded.
Welcome back. I'm with Gary Sheffield, manager of the East, 9-time All-Star World Series champ. I mean, you're walking up to me. You wanted more. You wanted a couple more runs there, but I know all weekend long you've been sprinkling your knowledge to these young men. What have you been sharing to them?
Well, just the day-to-day, process of how to prepare for practice, and then it turns into games, and you can execute like today. Today we're walking guys. We're gonna walk 10 guys, and then when I preach, throw the ball over the first plate and let the defense work for you. We're not doing it today.
But I have seen some barrels. Gaydon Dawson in particular, the play he made in left field, and then the barrel he just had. What have you seen from him?
Well, he's bringing the fire. When we had a talk with the guys after this inning, when we gave up a big inning, and now, he got the troops rolling with that catch, and then we came in and scored a couple runs. But unfortunately, he made a bad play on the base pass. But we got to make it up next inning.
You're so into this, and I love it so much. I know it's so special for these guys. Thank you for your time, Gary.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Darren.
It's interesting, Charles. Thank you, Danny. He's not going halfway.
No, he's not going halfway.
There's no frosting being put on the cupcake.
No.
I love it.
No. Chef always bring that competitive spirit, and he's one of those guys you knew day in and day out he was going to bring it. And I don't see him doing anything different as a coach.
The son of Harry Jones and Dana Jones. We've seen him swing the bat already. He's a shortstop by trade. Chubb Jones Jr., Harry Jones Jr., nicknamed Chubb, hops up on the mound and gets a chance to show who he is as a pitcher. He said, pitching, my domain, fastball, 2-seam movement, 12-6 curveball, and a cut fastball as well. That's Chubb's self-scouting report. Perfect Games All-American Classic is next week at Chase Field, the finest seniors in the country. A true draft preview. That one is next Sunday. And all of this content, all of these great games, 11, 12, 13, 14U Select Festival. We love our partnership with CBS Sports Network. But as time goes on, you can find all of these games and weekly shows and content on Perfect Game TV. You can grab that app, download it, devote it to amateur baseball, grab it on your smartphone. We've got a weekly show, weekly college baseball show, and all of our live games will live there forever, as that one is lifted foul. We're proud of it. Show every week, every Sunday after Major League Baseball's Sunday night game of the week, MLB Round Trip with Perfect Game on MLB Network Radio. Another platform for young athletes. So find our content after you watch this game. Beautiful sinking
great
fastball
pitch.
from Chubb over the outside corner to Zane Ho'okola.
Tell you, look at that Chubb right here. He reminds me of a young Marvin Freeman. Marvin Freeman was tall on the mound, lanky guy, and he had a nice sinker and a slider.
And like you, still very involved in the amateur space, giving back to the game. I see
Yes.
Marvin all the time. I see you
Yes.
at a ton of events, whether it be PG or Breakthrough Series events. Marvin is very active in giving back.
Very active, very active. Funny guy. Really enjoyed being around him.
2-0 the count to Will McIntyre. Willie retired in his first opportunity out of Boyd, Texas. That's the approach. You get a two-seam fastball down and away. You don't try to pull it. You do that.
One of the best hits in baseball. It feels so good to be able to drop a ball back up the middle. That means that you did everything correctly as far as keeping your hands in. You stayed back. I mean, that pitch was outside, and he really stayed back and drove it to center field. That's when you know your mechanics are feeling good, when you hit a ball like that.
Maddox wags that bat behind his head, takes a big swing. Hey, we were
Big
talking
swing.
earlier about his dad Mike and his mom Kellyanne. I'm curious if they're baseball fans. One son's name is Maddox. A brand new brother who's just 1 year old is Koufax. Curious. The Lassards, are they baseball fans?
I will hope so. I mean, you're talking about Koufax and Maddox. I mean, two of the great pitchers that ever played the game.
So as a Brewers fan, obviously Sheets, they didn't like that one. Vukovic maybe was taken. Not a great first name.
Well, I'll tell you one thing about Maddox. You know when he pitches, it's going to be a quick ball game. So I know when you played the Braves, you're able to go out to dinner at nighttime because it's going to be a 2-hour and about 15-minute game.
Yeah, Fingers, that wouldn't be a good name. You know, Raleigh Fingers, his number's out there. I'm just thinking of Brewers players. So they went ahead and went with Maddox and Koufax. I like it.
I like it too.
Breaking ball is up and away. 2-2 the count. Maddox, part of the National Junior Honor Society, Muskies United Leadership Committee. Swings right through that one. Little cut to it. He talked about
he
that
talked
cutter,
about that
remember?
cut. You mentioned that. And I was saying to myself, wow. I mean, it's hard for a kid that age to have a cut fastball. And looked like he just demonstrated that.
Did you see those hands engulf that baseball, though?
Yeah.
That may be one reason. That baseball
Probably.
is disappearing in those fingers. There's a lot more height coming from this young man. As that one runs away, this is low, Logan Schmidt. Logan, the pitcher of the year at this age group, named last night at the awards celebration. Feeling it out very nicely in a fine play over there in foul territory. That one is hauled in at the perfect game, 13U Select Festival.
Welcome back to Lindsey Nelson. I am with two very special kids, patients from East Tennessee Children's Hospital. I have Holston on my right and Noah on my left, and they've been here all weekend long. 85 years this hospital has been serving the community in Knoxville, and these two guys have been here all weekend long hanging out with the guys. Noah, I'll start with you. What's been your favorite part of the weekend?
Not going to the hospital, have free time at snow school.
What did you get to do with the guys?
The baseball guys? I played Fortnite, but Fortnite was a little too hyped. So then I played baseball. We almost broke the roof. And then,
So many great activities. And Holston, for you, I know you brought your Pokemon cards. What's been your favorite part of this weekend?
Yep, making friends.
Just making friends. Yeah, you made so many friends. You called them your brothers, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
I was told by your friends and your family that you guys have beads of courage. And I was hoping that you two could share a little bit about what those beads are. Can you share that, Noah?
Like when you went through tough times. So like bumpy courages are like when like stuff goes wrong and all that. And the black beads are like chemo and all that. Or the blue is like your like solutions. And the red is when you like go take blood.
You guys have a lot of beads of courage. I know you two are so courageous. Holston, you have a lot of beads of courage too, don't you?
Yeah.
Well, we are so glad to have you guys here. Thank you for spending time with us and being here. You guys are the inspiration to these young men. You know that? You are. Yeah, you are. Well, thank you so much for being here, Darren.
Thank you for doing that, Danny, and God bless those two young men, Holston and Noah, moving all of us in the fight and the battle that they take on, these young men raising funds, obviously, for that cause. It's one thing to be a fundraiser. It's another thing to look the kids in the eye that you help. And I think it's been wonderful to see the kids interact with Holston and Noah.
Yeah, I tell you what, I really enjoyed them last night, and just to see the joy and the fight these young kids have as far as what they're going through is incredible.
Pasadena, California's Noah Everly. He's already had a couple of at-bats. A little breaking ball. It's rolled out towards second base. Brick reached for that one. And a nice charging play made by Carson Calvo, who moves over to second. We've seen him at first, short, and third as well.
Yes, that was a great play there, coming in, charging, and that can be a really tough play, but he made that look really easy.
One California kid behind the other, the one on the mound and the one making the fine play. Everly misses outside. After he gets Brick, this is Brian Revello. Those broad shoulders, long, lean limbs. You were a taller hitter. It's hard for you taller guys with longer limbs to stay short, I guess is the best way, quick to the ball.
It's really difficult when you're looking at trying to stay short and hit with long arms. You have to really work at it.
Nice play made out there at short by Torres. Continue your thoughts. How did you do it?
But when you develop it, it can be a plus for you because then now you create more leverage as far as hitting a baseball. But you got to put a lot of time into it because I know when I played, I tend to have a long swing at times. I really didn't start to shorten it up probably 4 or 5 years in my career when I started to shorten up and really driving the ball in right field.
Breaking ball misses outside. Good looking pitch to William Cutshaw. Tripled, scored, and a beautiful swing. Fun to watch him run the bases a couple of innings ago. One of the names that people think about a lot as far as tall hitters currently in the big leagues that does damage is Freddie Freeman. The once Atlanta Braves, now Dodgers. Knocked down out there. Hey folks, that's a clean inning. That is a clean inning in this 13U Select Festival.
Noah.
Look at Charles Johnson, standing ovation for that clean inning. Time to go to work. Chase Fuller. He can do it all, can he? He hops up on the mound, this Player of the Year. Young man from Tallahassee, Florida. Fuller obviously with a gifted bat and a beautiful swing. And a really good student in the classroom. Talks about his parents inspiring him so much. We shared with you how he was the MVP of his JV baseball team as a 7th grader, Chase. MVP of his middle school basketball team last fall as well. There's a guy playing multiple sports. And interestingly enough, a player that inspires him, that he loves to watch play, Manny Machado of the Dodgers. Is a good athlete.
Number 30, Armbruster.
Shoots that one to the right side. And to be clear, to all you Dodger fans out there, we know Manny doesn't play for you anymore. His favorite team is the Dodgers.
Yes.
His favorite player is Manny Machado. Dodger fans, not really a big fan, actually. Ethan, out of Austin. Ooh. And Ethan reaches. So Armbruster. Gives way to Grant Sparandio. Saw Grant pitch already on the mound. Grant walked and was stranded in his first time up.
Yeah, that's a tough play for the catcher there. I mean, hit off the shin guard and deflected.
Outfield and center field playing shallow. Daring him to hit it over his head, and he hits it out towards center field. It's down. Whoa, what a beautiful swing.
Great
Big part of the ballpark. He V'd that one up. Sparandio with an RBI.
He almost had him played just right. Yes, that was a great piece of hitting with that fastball. I mean, he really stayed inside of it. I mean, drove it to center field. Just a great piece of hitting. You take that swing all day when guys on base. I mean, you're driving many runs.
Dominic Giametta, who walked earlier. Runner on first. Good pitch, called strike, throw down. And he swiped it.
Yes. Great throw off the knees there. Kind of reminds me of Benito Santiago. He was pretty much one of those guys that started that years ago, dropping to the knee and making throws.
I see you. I see you making that mention. You were around him quite a bit.
Yes, I was around him quite a bit. I really enjoyed watching him, and he definitely was the guys I used to watch back in the day when I came up catching.
Bouncing ball up over the mound, charging, fielding, firing, dug out nicely at first. Second baseman Ricky Lopez, who made that fine play earlier, turned that one into an out. Also, a tip of the cap to Cole Crawford, who dug that one out.
Yes, I mean, one thing about it is that you try to teach young kids to make sure they charge the ball properly, because sometimes kids sit back and they wait on the ball to get to them, and that's when they get in trouble.
Infield, they'll pull it on in. Luke Armijo walked first time up, hits it out toward first, recovers, dives to the bag in time for the out. Going on contact with the runner, and Sparandio scores. What a nice play knocking it down.
Great play to knock it down, and what I really like too is that chase. was covering that bag, and sometimes the pitchers fall asleep and never get over there to first base, and I'm glad to see him over there.
"12-4 the score. Back to the top of the order. Jaworski Lane. Stolen base, run scored. Rick gets down low and draws that strike right into the zone. Pretty breaking ball for strike one. Back to back.
Nice
Benders.
pitch. I know right now Lane is looking to try to put that blanket back on again. I know what he wants to do.
The blanket. 1-2 the count, 12-4 the score. Score respectfully doesn't matter in an All-American caliber game. Individual performances. I dropped down sidearm a little bit on that one.
Nice change of look there. Yes, he sure did. Try to sneak a little sinker in there. That amazes me. You have these young kids can change arm slots like that. That's really good.
Two and two the count. Got him to wave. There's that breaking ball again. More of a true curveball. That was a slider, though. That was nasty.
Hard, too.
So Lane goes down on strikes. Hanging here in Knoxville, 13U Select Fest. Hello from Knoxville, Tennessee. Danny Wexelman, Charles Johnson, Darren Sutton. On a wonderful, wonderful Sunday afternoon, celebrating the future of the game at Perfect Games 13U Select Festival. And hello to Will McIntyre, who has played all over the field, a couple of at-bats, and now the Boyd, Texas native takes his shot on the mound. He was a 12U Select Festival member. As a matter of fact, had a chance this year to be a part of USA Baseball's athlete development program, and that's a good thing. Dad is high school coach, head coach in Texas as well. So a wonderful opportunity out on the mound. By the way, his brother Braden is a great athlete, pitcher, shortstop, quarterback in football, really good student as well. That's who he calls the man he looks up to. John Stowers, Jordan Griffin, Harry Jones Jr. are his foes. John drove in a run with a ground out in his first at bat. Stowers, diving attempt, sneaks that one right on through, picks up a base hit. Good effort there by Sparandio, just couldn't make the play. So two solid at bats for Stowers.
Yes, that was a great piece of hitting there. He didn't waste any time just jumping on the first pitch.
Jordan Griffin gets the call to swing it now. J-Rock from Lake Charles, Louisiana. Coach Trevor, Coach Billy, gives them both credit. USA Prime National. Jordan's favorite dish when he gets hungry, as he waves through that one, is Keisha's chili. His mom's chili when he really wants something good to eat. So well done by you, Keisha.
I love some chili, you know, when you have a nice cold day and get a nice bowl of chili, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, absolutely, Charles.
So I can't get quiches. I just go to Wendy's and grab me some chili.
Okay, I bet you quiches is a lot better. No offense to the other company you just mentioned, but I bet you quiches is a lot better. Breaking ball, that's strike 3. So upper tier of that strike zone. Griffin goes down on strikes. Here's Harry Jones Jr. Chubb. He took part in USA Baseball's NTIS. Also the perfect game, all state games. Well, what a great event that is. The athletes gather together. Championships in the fall, representing states, their home state.
When you look at USA Baseball, it's definitely been it was a nice experience for me to have a chance to represent our country. But what a great feeling to have USA across your chest.
There's no doubt. The opportunity there and the evolution of the growth of baseball, the platform that Perfect Game provides, a chance for these elite players. A lot of times it's multi-pronged. It's, you know, Perfect Game tournaments with their travel team. Then it's a chance to go try out for the USA Baseball team. Then it's maybe a PG All-American game. I mean, you have to be elite. Trust me, it's hard to get there like you did when you played international baseball. But it's a wonderful relationship between the two groups. Opportunities, I guess that's the right word.
It really is. When you look at the opportunities kids have to be on a national platform and really get to see your peers and what they look like. Back, when I was playing, you pretty much had to look at back at Baseball America, or you had Baseball Weekly to try to figure out what's going on with players around you. But now you get a chance to go online and play in these PG events.
Who were some of the guys that were your teammates on that national team you played on?
Wow, man, we had a lot of guys. I had, guys like Jeffrey Hammonds and on the USA teams, and played, Michael Tucker and Jason Giammi and Nomar Garcia-Parra, and we have many guys that got hurt a little bit.
Ouch.
Look at hit him in the pad.
Dude, you just dropped some names right there, by the way.
Yes,
you just name dropped me.
Yes, it was plenty of guys we played with on the USA team. Hit it right on his pad.
Hey, he had it in his pocket in the right spot.
Yeah, he had it in the right spot, yes.
Well, the Perfect Game All-American Classic is celebrating his 20th year this year. Certainly wasn't around then, but that basically sounds like a PG All-American roster is what that sounds like.
Basically. And that's where, I ran into Klesko. In 11th grade, we was trying out for the USA team, junior Olympic team, and he was a pitcher. And I called him when we were on the USA team in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. And we went on and won the gold medal in Australia in the Junior Olympics. And so we had a great time.
That's amazing. Hassan with the bat in his hands, a couple of runners out there, one at second, one at third. The interesting thing, though, is I'm sitting next to you here, and I'm curious, you look so young. Why does Ryan look so old?
I don't know. I'm looking at myself and saying that maybe because I don't have too many grades yet.
Don't tell him I said
I'm
that,
I'm trying to hold off on my grades a little bit. I haven't been using no dye.
I was going to ask you.
No dye.
As someone who's been gray since 12. I've been gray since like 8. Don't tell Ryan I said that, by the way.
I'm not going to say anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
And all of you watching, don't be sending him messages and stuff. We have a little trusting, me and you viewers out there. Sticks right just between us.
I know he wanted that pitch there.
Willie Mack trying to find that strike zone. He's got one out. He got it that time. Good two-seam run as that one grabbed the outside part of the plate, and Hassan out of Athens, Georgia, goes down.
It's a nice finish on the corner of the plate there. Nice frame by the catcher also.
Andrew Bennett's turn with 2 outs. Bennett, a primary pitcher, also with the bat in his hands, has done well. He's got a double, got a run scored. Tall, lanky frame. Rolls that one out toward third. Takes a look, then fires it high, back down onto the bag. Nice play made out there at first base. The throw was Nomar Torres. The reach was Luke Armijo. Well done, gentlemen. Welcome back to beautiful Knoxville, Tennessee. 13U Select Festival, 12-4 the score. And these athletes, they've been fun. We've seen incredible defensive plays. We've seen some solid at-bats using the big part of the ballpark, and now we see William Cutshaw pitch. Cutshaw has played second, he's played left, third. He'll play center field if you need him. And so as we move along to the bottom half of inning number 7, a chance to get to know Cuddy, another one of these athletes. Francisco Renteria walked twice, scored 2 runs. The funny thing about it is the only time I've seen these athletes, and I use this, you know, very casually, show their age, if you will, is command at times. Otherwise, they seem well beyond their years. Defensive actions are crazy. We really have seen no miscues at all.
No, there hasn't been any miscues, and you're right. I mean, if you see anything that stands out a little bit as far as command pitching-wise, some of these guys, and that's expected. I know their nerves got to be on them a little bit.
And you think about it, remind everyone the jump from the smaller field to the larger fields going on right in these years right around this, right before this.
It's a big jump. It's a big jump. I can remember being 13 and going to the big field, and you're nervous. I mean, you wondering, can you stand up to this big field? I mean,
how about that approach
nice
for
hit.
Francisco Renteria? That's what we say. That, again, is a mature approach.
That was a great approach. Pitch away, didn't try to do too much with it. He stayed back and just drove it to right field. I mean, that's what you're looking for from any hitter. Big leagues, 13 years old, and he did that.
On the move, throw down, head first slide, in there with the stolen base. In front of Lash Henderson.
Yeah, I truly believe that some of these catchers, I mean, they're young and they're trying to make that long throw to second base, and a lot of it is going to come with a little more extra maturity, and also getting the proper direction is trying to throw the ball to second base. Because when I was 13, my biggest thing was I had to learn to use my legs to try to make that throw to second base, because you're so used to being younger is using your arms a lot. Now you need your legs to make that throw.
Lash Henderson out of Frisco, Texas. His basketball team, he played with an AAU national championship team. Wow. Houston Hoops Blue Chips. He's gotten tall, and he's gotten tall quickly. We were talking about that length earlier. He actually shared that. I said, hey, Lash, what's been your greatest challenge? He said, it's hard to hit when you keep getting taller and taller. I have to adjust my stance to accommodate my height. My hitting coaches are helping me to get my hips and core stronger. But he's sprouting, and that's normal.
It's very normal. And it's tough when you're starting to grow fast and trying to learn how to hit.
Had him reaching for a breaking ball. He does move the runner to third. He nearly beat that one out.
Beat it out, yes.
Wow. I love that hustle.
And the only way to combat that is growing is that you have to continually swing the bat and hit.
Joshua Priest gets the call. Son of Tracy and Nick. Dad, a college baseball player. Mom, an All-American softball player. Joshua shared something interesting. He said, look, for me, my biggest growth area has been trying to learn whether you go 0 for 10 or 10 for 10. How do you have the same attitude?
Well, and it's tough to do, but the one thing you learn when you're in the big leagues is that you play 162 ball games, and you have to have a level head because there's so many days where it's going to be ups and downs, and you can't let your body have too many emotions, and you have to stay even keel.
Popped up right side, hangs up very nicely there for Gaydon Dawson. He made that fabulous play in left field earlier. That's not deep enough. The runner is stranded. And so now Tatum Reeves.
Number 4, Tatum Reeves.
Reeves out of Menifee, California. He's done a great job behind the plate. We've seen him work in the infield as well. Had a beautiful throw earlier. $12-4 the score. Perfect Games 13U Select Festival. Danny, Charles, and Darren in Knoxville, Tennessee.
Spent many days coming up here, Darren. My son played 5 years here in Knoxville. So I spend all my time over there at Neyland Stadium. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
This has to be fun for you to come back.
Oh yes, it's great to come back in Tennessee here and be on the baseball field. I was always over there in the football field.
Which seats a small city over there. You could take a lot of towns in the South and fill the stadium.
Yes.
There's Neyland Stadium.
Yes. Seats over about 100,000, and when you get the SEC football in there and Alabama and Florida coming to town, it's pretty wild in there.
Bouncing ball out towards second base. Played off to his left. Malachi Washington turns that into an out. Leadoff base runner stranded. Rolling along at the 13U Select Fest. Welcome back to our PG Tech game break. Offense has been handed out a bit. The celebrations have been unique. Blankets have replaced fur coats, certainly. And then using the big part of the ballpark. We've seen incredible at-bats and then plays like this one. Gaydon Dawson, are you kidding me? As he bangs into the wall out there. That's a 13-year-old making that play. And then elevated fastballs set up very nicely. Dawson again with a breaking ball on the other side. Defense has been shining. I want to remind everyone in just a few minutes we're going to be leaving Perfect Game Baseball on CBS Sports Network to send you out to the PBR Team Series. But live coverage of this great event here in Knoxville continues for all you PG baseball fans online at cbssports.com/CBSSN. cbssports.com/CBSSN. So continuing coverage, and we'll remind you when that's going to occur. More opportunities to see these gifted athletes. Bear can pitch too. So Bear hops up onto the mound and goes to work. Carson Bear Calvo, Southern California native. And a fan with a smile, I'd smile if I said it too, came up with the dad joke, bear down out there. Well done, Dad, who said that.
That's pretty funny.
Calvo will be working with Maddox Lassard behind the plate, the Wisconsinite. And the uber athletic Jeb Craven will start things for us. You see Jeb for the second time. He grounded out to short back in the 4th inning.
All right, now batting lead off for the East, number 11, Jeb Craven.
Third base, shortstop, outfield, mound, big arm. There's power in the bat, too. Couple of type A dudes dueling here. Good fastball, missed just in and off the plate. Turned it loose, a little bit of giddy up right away.
Sounds like Bears throwing pretty good out there.
Rolled out towards second base. Gobbled up, turned into an out by Noah Everly. Danny Wexelman more on the Bear.
You've said his name a couple of times now, so I wanted to share how he got the nickname. He told me that there were 2 Carsons on his pony team, and Coach said, I need a nickname. And he said, what's your favorite animal? And Carson said, Bear. And that's the name that stuck.
Wow. Now maybe like tackled a bear, hunted down a bear, took him down with his bare hands. That Danny, she's so honest in her reporting. He got Craven, now he's dealing with Tyler Durkin out of Poughkeepsie, New York. Dreams of the University of Florida. That's his school right now that he'd love to hear from.
Never really thought about having a nickname when I played. That would have been pretty interesting.
Everyone called you CJ, right?
Yeah, they called me CJ.
You never thought about like lion, tiger.
Well, you know, my Uncle Roy, he used to be a coach. He was a coach of mine in high school, and he would always he called me the speed cop.
The speed cop?
When the guys try to steal, I'll throw them out.
I like that
one.
Danny, the speed cop for Charles. Do we like that? I don't know. Trying to get her to weigh in. 2-1 the count. That fastball is high, 3-1. I like that one, the speed cop. You couldn't sell that one in the big leagues?
You know, he only called me that, the speed cop, but when I got to big leagues, I never said anything about that.
Could you folks imagine a rookie Charles Johnson walking through the locker room and letting everyone know that he's to be called the speed cop going forward? Can you imagine how that would have gone over? The 3-2 sails up and in. That's ball 4. So he got Craven. Now Tyler Durkin walks.
But the game has changed a little bit, whereas that back in the day, the game was a little more conservative in a sense, whereas that like you had to earn that name, speed cop.
Yes. Which you did with your young coach.
Yes.
Fastball from Bear, 80, 81, 82. He's touched 82 miles an hour, living in that area. Malachi Washington now. Malachi hacks and fouls the first one off. Singled, swiped a bag last time up, also grounded out to short. Malachi lifts that one toward left. Lands in the glove of Joshua Priest out there.
Number 1, Ricky Lopez.
Right down off the end of the bat.
Yes, he had a great approach on it, just got off running.
And here's Ricky Lopez. That one bounces in there, Ricky.
Nice stop.
And the man right next to him kept it right in front of him. It's Maddox Lassard working behind the plate. Out toward third.
Ooh.
Thrown high, gunned across the diamond, tried to flex that arm just a little bit. And Giametta fired it off the sidewall there. So Lopez is on.
Now batting for the East, number 5, Cole Crawford.
Yes, he just tried to put a little extra on this ball here and kind of got away from it a little bit.
Gather together to chat for just a moment. Gary Sheffield has some advice for Ricky Lopez. He's trying to scratch every chance they get. Chef wanting to fight and get every run he can to get closer. They've got 4 more outs to play with in this game. Gray squad resting comfortably now on their 8-run lead. Cole Crawford hacks at the first one and fouls it off. The Cartersville, Georgia native.
One thing I noticed too is that a lot of these young hitters, they're fouling a lot of balls off to the right side. But I truly believe when they get a little older and stronger, some of these guys gonna really start to level off on some of these balls and drive them out to left center, right center.
Don't forget, we're sending you on over to PBR Team Series. Live coverage continues on CBSSports.com/CBSSN here momentarily.
It seems like Lopez want to steal, but he keeps threatening to steal, but he's not. I think he's maybe trying to draw a throw or something.
One and one the count. Ropes that one foul on the ground, and we'll do it again. Alarm bar getting some work out in there. Mr. Armijo.
I think if he does the first move, he probably would have got him.
Instead, it's Sky, back of short. Put away out there by the shortstop, Nomar Torres. This great event rolls on. Live coverage will continue on CBSSports.com/CBSSN. But after the break, we'll send you out to the PBR Team Series. Charles, Darren, glad to have you hanging with us at the 13U Perfect Game Select Festival, our Oakley Player Spotlight. Be who you are, and it's this play in left field. Gaydon Dawson, Charles,
crazy catch.
But then this approach.
Just a nice piece of hitting there. I mean, he really just stays back well and drove that ball to left field.
Waited to run with that one. Brennan Pyle takes the rock and he rolls out of St. Peters, Missouri. USA Prime 13U national team is his travel team. Mark Zellist, his travel coach. He's a freshman at Fort Zumwalt East High School. He's got his eyes on Duke if you're going to ask him to think about a school he might want to go to. Coach, that program and the growth of that program, it's been fun to watch. So Pyle with his 4.0 GPA. Distinguished Student Award as well. His classroom is the mound right now. Nomar Torres takes his chance. Walked and scored a run last time up. Shortstop catcher. for the Texas Bombers 13U team. Yamil Torres coaches that group. And he fires strike one. A little quick pitch right after him.
I don't know if he's making, is that like a little sinker or something he's throwing inside? He has a nice little run on it.
80, 81 miles an hour so far from this right arm. Big brother to Alejandro Torres. A little late jump on that fastball. That almost ended up belt high down the middle.
Yes.
There's the Bear. Towards short. Stays low. Fires across and in time for the out. Ricky Lopez is back out there at short to make that play. He played short first and second inning, and then in the fifth inning has played second as well. It's hard to say he made the play of the game with what Gaydon Dawson did. I think they're the plays of the game, those two.
One thing you know about Lopez, he's so smooth out there. And when what a coach really wants a shortstop is guys that make basic plays and get the job done.
Bear Calvo now. Right down the middle, strike one. Pyle skips that one in there. Pyle was up to 86 miles an hour this summer, working hard on developing a changeup. And this is the man who's the man when he pitches, also a big offensive player as well. Pretty good fastball, though, there, right in on the hands.
That's one thing I always look at young men like this. When you're pitching, you have to truly develop command of your pitches, and you look at your fastball and changeups. If you can command a good fastball and a good changeup.
Ouch. That was a fastball that got him. Continue your thoughts on. I'm intrigued.
If you can command your fastball and changeup, to me, you can go a lot of places, because as a catcher, if I get a guy that can command those two pitches and be able to throw that curveball from time to time over the plate, all you're trying to do is really throw hitters, timing off a little bit, and that's all you're looking for.
Noah Everly. And this is, of all the things we've seen, and it's understandable for pitchers, when they lose command in this game, it's arm side, which means there's adrenaline, which means you're maybe, to use simple terms, folks, just trying too hard. Found the strike zone that time, though. High fly ball right field. Chubb Jones Jr. is patrolling things out there, and he puts it away. Got Everly that time.
Now batting number 10, Broder Khaki.
Broder Khaki, the catcher. Fouls that one right back to the screen. It was a pretty approach.
And when I talk to kids, too, about playing the game this age, is that sometimes they get down on themselves as far as they didn't get a hit. But this game is all about having a good at-bat. Sometimes you can strike out sometimes, and you got to give the pitcher credit. There are times where they can make a great pitch, and you had a great at-bat, and that's the part of the game. And young kids sometimes get down on themselves, but that's just how the game goes at times.
You're right. You're right. You are dueling with someone. It's the most individual team sport there is, baseball, because it's one-on-one like tennis when it's pitcher and hitter. And then there's 8 other players out there trying to catch it, even if you hit it hard. I will say this, there are some, not many left, but dissenters of advanced metrics and the human metrics. And that's one thing that it's helped. I mean, if you're a younger player and you're seeing you're hitting the baseball hard,
yes.
You know what? Instead of thinking you're making all outs, and maybe you have on a little bit, you can actually look, okay, maybe I've got some bad luck, or maybe there's a good defender out there. But I am hitting the baseball hard like that. Like that.
Yes, like that.
Broder, thank you.
Wow.
We needed a good example, Broder. That's exactly the example. Don't hang your head. That was a laser beam.
Yes, great at bat.
Charles Johnson just said 99 off the bat. I made that up. That part right there. 12-4 is the score. Danny Wexelman down below. This is our air now, so Danny, you can help us join some conversations. Dee, what you got?
Yeah, I'm very excited to do that. We've been talking about the infamous blanket all day long and the sunglasses, so I thought it was time to bring in Jaworski Lane. This is your blanket, but Darren's been giving you a little bit of trouble, a little confusion about why you have a blanket here. Can you help us out?
Okay, so when I walked in the hotel, I was getting checked in, and the man at the counter, he was like, "Is that for like the home run the home run thing?" I was like, "No, it was just a regular blanket." And then he gave me an idea just to get the blanket out and use it as a prop, I guess. And then the glasses, everybody likes them, so.
Now, are they real Gucci's?
Yes.
No, come on. Who's
real Gucci's? Whose sunglasses are they?
My father's.
Their
Oh,
dad.
yeah,
their dad.
You better look out for those.
We love it. That's right. We love the blanket. We love what you're doing here. And obviously Tennessee did it too, right? They had the fur coat. Were you inspired by that?
I mean, I've never seen it before, but when I went in the Tennessee locker room, I saw it, so it was pretty cool to see.
Yeah, I love it too. Your dad, by the way, we talked a lot about him yesterday, his incredible career at Texas A&M, and then his pro football career and how he's inspired you. You watch YouTube videos of your dad. What do you watch, and what does that mean to you to get to see him playing professional sports?
It's like seeing the work ethic that he put in. Like when he was in the NFL, I was always with him, seeing him work out and do great things. So you got to watch and see what he does.
Now, I also know, because Darren mentioned this earlier, I met your Gammy. You took me over to meet your Gammy, your grandma, who makes you pancakes. She makes them exactly the way that you want. Tell me what kind of support your family's giving you and why Gammy is so special to you.
It's great because they're always everywhere at any time. And then my Gammy, I love her. You can't say anything about it.
Jaworski, thank you so much.
No problem.
Darren.
Wait, don't let him get away, Danny. Can you ask him
Wait.
real quick?
Oh, hold on, Jaworski.
Can you just quick ask him, will he do a photo with me after? Can I wear the blanket? He'll wear the shades.
Darren wants to know if you'll do a photo with him after the game, and he'll wear the blanket, you wear the shades.
Okay, that's fine. I will, yeah.
Yes.
Sold. That easy,
Yes.
Darren.
Danny's teaching me to do this Instagram thing all the kids are talking about.
I got you. I got your back.
Yes, that's great. Outstanding stuff, I think. I'm not sure. Good stuff. Boy, we're having fun.
That's good to see the kids have a good time.
I would agree.
Yes. All these are just good memories.
Tatum Reeves, by the way, is up on the
Moving
mound.
to the ninth inning, batting leadoff for the East, number 26, Chase Fuller.
And Chase Fuller leads off. Tatum Reeves, Boogie, out of Menifee, California, Paloma Valley High School. He's a freshman. It's all getting ready to start for the son of Brandon and Nicole. And Chase Fuller took a man's swing, and he fouls it back.
Big swing.
National Player of the Year out of Tallahassee, Florida. One the count. Chase walked, scored a run. As we enjoy some fun in the ninth inning. All right, if they're going to celebrate with the Gatorade bath, it's got to be careful. Good fastball.
Man.
Good stuff out there on the bump. My goodness, Mr. Reeves. Take a peek at our play of the game. G-form play of the game, the most comfortable protective guards in all of baseball, because the best never settles for less. G-form, go next level. Here it is. couple of RBIs and a beautiful swing. Mr. Ho'okala with the swim. Zane with the double. He turned a single into a freestyle stroke into a double as Brennan Pyle fouls it back to the screen. Well, here's what I know as we're playing in the final inning. That these athletes have created a memory they'll never forget. They will forget the score. They'll remember the opportunity to play in this ballpark, to play on national TV. They'll remember the opportunity to meet friends who they might not otherwise meet in their homes, in their communities, and to hang with them.
Yes, it's such a
breaking ball over the outside
good pitch
corner.
by Reeves. I tell you, man, I love the way he's attacking his zone right now. He's coming right at the hitters.
Today's PG Cares Players of the Game. PG Cares grow the game. Gaydon Dawson, couple of singles and an RBI, made an incredible play. And the Bear with 2 singles and 2 runs scored. One from Georgia, one from California.
Yes, I really enjoyed watching these young men play today. Just excited for them, just excited to see how their career is going to unfold. And I'm just glad to see they're out there really enjoying themselves and competing. And like you say, they're not going to realize the score of the game. They're just going to understand that they just gained new friends here.
Strike over the outside corner to Gaydon Dawson. We've all had fun. Charles, you've been great. Join us for the 14U, will you?
I sure will.
A couple of weeks, September 4th, right here, CBS Sports Network, 5 o'clock Eastern. From JetBlue Park, the winter home of the Boston Red Sox in Fort Myers. Next week, the Perfect Game All-American Classic. If you're in the Phoenix, Arizona area, just come to the ballpark and check it out. 5 o'clock Pacific, Arizona time, the best 18U players in the country. Reeves has got quite an arm. It's a pretty darn electric arm.
Number 99, Will Rick.
Number showing 82. There's life on the baseball. He's not a primary pitcher. It's fun to see him pitch.
Right. I just love the way he's attacking the zone. I like that.
Brick wags the bat. Well, that's a good pitch.
Oh,
just maybe a
good
touch.
pitch.
I don't know how you take that pitch.
Yes.
Good sinking fastball. Good life to it. You said it. He's attacking.
Ooh.
Ouch. You didn't want to attack that way.
No, not that way.
Brian Revello now. I kind of am very proud of Brian Revello that he picked a walk-up song that Charles and I know. Little 80s Michael Jackson. 70s
yes.
even. I think that's 70s. Brick's over there at first. I gotta say, a nickname you could have had the way you blocked it would have been Brick.
Brick.
Right? Because you would
like
put
that
ball
name.
behind the plate. How about a catcher be named Brick?
That is a great name for a catcher.
This could do it to the bag. It is a victory and a celebration for the West squad. They're victorious as they win it in this celebration of baseball at Perfect Games 13U Select Festival. Oh, look out. Look out. Don't throw that bucket. You guys will have bright futures. Oh, my goodness. Congratulations to all the athletes, the East, the West, 14 states, Venezuela, the coaches,
yes,
my analyst.
Yes, thank you.
All the stuff
Great
you
day
guys
today.
passed along, all the information, teaching and coaching these kids all week long. And don't forget, the Perfect Game All-American Classic next week. Be sure to join us. on ESPNU. On behalf of Charles Johnson, Danny Wexelman, my name is Darren Sutton, and our entire broadcast team, led by Steve Banta, Marty Tarr, Jim Jenks, and Mark Rita. I'm Darren. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Have a good one.